Morning team. Morning team, how's it going? How's it going, everyone? Still waking up here. I've been awake an hour and still feel not too fresh. It's been a long week. This week, at least for me, it has been a fantastic week of trading. We've absolutely hammered the profits this week again. So far, the start of this year has been incredible. Best start of the year I've ever had. Normally, I close the year strong. At the moment, it's a great start of the year. All right, so what are we looking at? What are we looking at after that big sale? Well, we're still looking at this daily, right? We always start in the daily. We are breaking out of the current week. All right, so here is the Monday low, Tuesday, Wednesday high. Those who've done the course, you know what we're talking about. Tuesday, Wednesday high, big sell Thursday, breaking Monday low. All right, so maybe a back test in here, somewhere in here, before a resell down. Maybe, we don't know. But what we do know is we've got now this lower Bollinger Band. And what do you know? The 5-day playing catch up. Some smart person told you that will probably happen. And then it all depends whether we can set a trend under here. All right, what we are looking at here is, are we going to go expansion again and come and try and take out these lows down here, which we have not swept yet, right? Because we've held the 200-day, or are we going to wait a few days and maybe do that next week? Very possible. All right, so we're going to watch these levels inside here. Big week already, so don't go forcing today. Please, folks, don't be forcing yourself on the market today. All right, hourly. Let's focus on here. Hourly, you can see we are currently trading right inside yesterday's range. So if we look at yesterday's range, previous day value area low right here, 725. Okay, we are bouncing between previous day value area low and previous week point of control. Sorry. All right, so this is currently the rotation. We have been in a strong sell. We have some degree of compression. Doesn't mean it can't go lower, but shorting down here starts to become very, very risky, doesn't it? Because any break, I would say, especially over previous day point of control, any break over here, you will start to see potential upside lift for a retest up here. Look how thin we are yesterday. All right, so we're watching 920s and over. You want to be very, very, very careful. All right, very careful into that kind of level. Can we get rid of you, mate? All right, so we're watching a rotation here between these levels here. Okay, and if we get over once, certainly if we keep rejecting this grey box, we're going to keep coming back down into these sort of 725s. Under 725s, acceptance under 725s, we can look for overnight low and previous week value area low. All right, over sort of 810-ish, over 810-ish, and certainly over these pivots here, 850, we can lift towards 900. So I'd say in here is going to be somewhat chop and slop, all right? And the range isn't bad. It's about 100 points of chop and slop in there if you want to play it. I will prefer this move here or this move here, or a failed look and down, or like a failed break and up. That's going to be the easier play in my mind. If we have a look up here on 5-minute chart, you will notice I have put the GEX levels on here for you today. All right, so you can see there is currently a put wall before the open, at least. This will change after the open at 725, which lines up perfectly with previous day value area low. So currently, we keep holding this, and currently we keep getting stuck as we come into the call wall, 850. So like I said, 725, 850 lines up pretty well with this up here, 900. All right, same kind of levels. So if we fail 825, there is a wash down to previous week value area low, which lines up pretty well with the next call wall. Surprise, surprise. All right, it's the same areas. All right, over 825 and 900s, there is a lift up to previous day value area high, which lines pretty well with the call wall. All right, so they line up pretty well this morning. We'll see if they move during the day. They will move in the next hour or 30 minutes. But really, we're very, very careful here because this can definitely be compression. I'm not saying to long it. It's not what I'm saying, but it can get relief to here and it can get relief up here. And if we get up here, you know, then we maybe look for the sell back down once we clear out all these stops like we always talk about. It doesn't have to do that. It can absolutely just go, fuck no, we don't want to hold over the weekend. We're expecting gap down Monday, sell, 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 get rid of all of our inventory, which is what happened late in the afternoon yesterday, as we talked about in Discord before it happened. All right, moving up, lower time frame. Lower time frame. All right, so you can see just this compression. All right, we're stuck in here, right? Just for those of you who can't see, we're stuck in here right now. and with some stops up here. So this is the rotation. This is a stop hunt area up here, very thin above. Right, let's have a look at ES. It's going to look pretty much the same here. Pretty much the same here. We can flip this. Thanks very much. Okay, and a little box here. So we're holding 25. So you're trading 25s to 60s right now. Do I have one of these on there? I'll probably put this on here for you. See if it lines up. Yeah, so same kind of levels. 20s. I mean, I don't see it doing that. So 20s, it's just whether they hold these dips. The highest one's right down here. So they're expecting a sell through here on ES by the looks of it. But we'll see. But same kind of story. Have a look at the spiders and the ETFs. So 5 minute here. All right, into this. We have an old gap down here. It's worth noting into 73s. Let's have a quick look, just out of interest. Oh, surprise, surprise for the gap fill at 75s. All right, so a bit of a resistance here that I imagine we'll chop this morning before they make their mind up on what it is that they want to do here. But we definitely have potential for an old gap fill here. I just want to make sure that's legit. It's the overnight gap. It's not the best, but there is something. All right, so we'll see. We'll see. No, what's just happened there? Give me back my cues, please. Cues, same story, 600. Massive, massive, massive level, 600. We lose 600, all right, and we sell through. Okay, we can start thinking about a wash further down, 595-ish, down into here. Yeah, these old lows here. Like I said to everyone in Discord, watch this 5th and 6th, the 5th and 6th pivots. We lose that, we're going to wash this low. We lose that, we're going to start really attacking. Remember, QQQs have got to catch up to get to the 200-day like we talked about. ETFs have not hit the 200-day the same way the futures have. So if they want to sell, they still have a back test of that 200-day to go. Right, Dixie desperately trying to find a bid, right, after curling. Not a great attempt yet, but it's better than nothing, I guess. A little bit of a bounce back on gold, I guess, after those huge sells that we talked about. Again, still pinned in here. Same thing on silver, weakness like we talked about. Still dropping lower. All right, MAG. Actually, VIX first, please. All right, VIX elevated, remains elevated here this morning. If we keep basing over 2050 or even down to here over 20s, we can have a run up towards, what's this pivot here, 22 and 23. If we start taking that out on VIX, right, any run up here, this market's going to get so weak, I cannot explain. All right, if we go on a rip on a Friday on VIX, the market will start tanking. So worth setting some price alerts at these pivots. Apple. Big sell yesterday, over 5% down yesterday. Huge risk off moment into consolidation. All right, huge sell into consolidation. Maybe it needs a bit of a back test to resell, and then we'd see if there's a failed breakdown or continuation lower. Amazon, under the 200s, isn't it? It is under the 200s. Same story. Big wash, sideways in here. You're watching either side of this for breakout, breakout, fail breakout, fail breakout. All right, so it's going to be the same story across the board right now. Goog, pretty much the same, right? Sell, sideways, little fail break in the pre-market. Gapping down again. Meta, that's weak right now. That's the one that's had more strength recently. We are undercutting now. So if they fail to stay heavy under here and they start reclaiming, it's a good sign for Meta. But it looks weak at the moment. Same story here on Softy. All right, big sell came a couple of days ago, actually, and here's the base, right? Big sell, base. They need to make their decision either side of this, right? I don't like trading in these. I'll wait to see what we do outside of those, as we always talk about. Nvidia failed to break the highs. Again, look, this is the high it needed to break. Big sell yesterday, and we will be watching this kind of level here, 88 into 90s, I guess, but 88's really any rejection of that. You're looking for a continuation down here for this gap, which is kind of where we're starting to find some early covering by the looks of it. Tesla, all right, failed to break out. Classic failed breakout here. All right, failed to take out the high. Buyers get trapped. We revisit, fail to break out the high. That's why it's a double top underneath their stops, and we're selling. We're now potentially backside of this move. So any fails into 22s, You'd even argue 20s, but 22s and 26s. Any fails into here, you'd look for downside pressure on Tesla for a backside move. All right, equally weighted. It's probably going to look pretty ugly. It is. There we go. So big slide on the equally weighted. There was the old box. All right, for a few sessions, and we've slid under. So we'll wait. Can we back test and rotate down for a bleed out in the market? We can have a look at some of the weaker names, broader names. Oracle's still holding up all right. All right, I'm still holding this long on Oracle. You can see where I'm long from. Still holding this long. Looks okay for now. And not a huge size in this, but we'll see if we can get up into these 70s and some relief above. How are we doing for time? Hood got absolutely slaughtered, but I'm still in the money here off that low. Waiting to see if it finds a bid or if this pig is going to keep dropping. And if it drops, I'll take the rest off. That's fine. Netflix into some of the levels that we talked about, folks, for the swings. All right, it might want to drift down lower here, but we've now filled that gap. Lower the better. We can see we're backside of this trend. We're coming into some pivots here. So those who are looking for some of the swings with me, right, anywhere in any of this block, even starting now, looks pretty good. This fade from the high. Remember, this is like a swing for permanent hold. This is not like, oh, a 2 or 3 month. We're down 43%. If we can get anywhere in here, we can get a maximum of 65% down. That would be absolutely glorious. And we'll start scooping here long term. All right. This is for my swing account for my Roth IRA. Again, I should tell you in case you do not know, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. I'm telling you what I will do with my accounts. Maybe I get them wrong. All right. So make sure you do your own due diligence. But this is certainly something I'll be looking at into here. I've already got a piece on, as we know. Any drift lower, I will start scooping this aggressively. That is pretty much it. Manage your own book. All right, folks, manage your own book. Best way of me saying it. All right, zoom this in. So many lines on the chart. It's ugly right now, isn't it? It is ugly. Let's see if we can move some of these. That's a big level there on the edge. Give me a second, folks. Don't think we need this node. Don't think we need this node. Do think we need this one. Just cleaning the chart up for a moment. Mm, 25s. Sorry, folks. There we go. All right. 2-3 minutes to the open. Remember, it's Friday. Our job today is to not lose money. Our job is to not give all the money back. All those great plays that we've had all week. If you got that 100 pointer twice with me yesterday, or maybe you got the 100 pointer and then you held for the 400 pointer like we talked about. Right? Do not go giving that back today on a Friday. The best moves for the week have probably happened. They have probably happened already. All right, do me a favor, smash that like button nice and early for me. Then I don't have to nag you lot. Get this over on this screen. I think we're clear for news. Yeah, we're pretty much clear for news today. We had CPI this morning. We look good. And I'll be taking it nice and easy today. Unless there's something very, very clean. We know the levels. We've gone over the levels. We're currently holding into here, this put wall at the moment. If we start to lose that, maybe we can wash down to previous week value area low. So I'm watching the rotation between here and this grey box. All right, and if we lose one side, maybe, like we talked about, the rotation at the moment is between these. All right, if we lose this, there's an argument for it to come down here. If we get above this, there's an argument for a squeeze up to here. But we need to be very careful of failed breakouts and inside, right? This stream up so I can see. How many of you in here? 1,500 of you in here. Less than 400 likes. Come on, folks. Come on, folks. Let's get that thing moving early so we can do some nice giveaways. Do I know if I can use take profit in Canada? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. You've been a game changer for me, teaching me so much, especially patience, which is something I've been struggling with. Appreciate you. Yeah, you're welcome. Good morning. Signed up for your free indicator. Was looking forward to trying it out. Make sure you've put everything in correctly. A lot of people say that they haven't got it, and then they go back and they haven't put their trading view incorrectly. Thank you, John. Always so kind. Always so kind. All right, 20 seconds here, folks. Number 25, that previous day value area low. Currently holding. If we lose that and stay heavy underneath, there is potential for a wash down into here. We don't know, but it's potential for a wash down into previous week value area low. So they're holding dips so far this morning into that previous day. Here's the sell. So they're right down into it. If they lose this, we can get heavy, heavy, heavy. We will see. If they keep pinning it here, we might see that pop back up upside. They're trying to pin it here. Here's the relief off that 25s. Back down to the 25s. Can they make their mind up what they want to do? Selling through the 25s. People coming in at 25s. Big sellers down here at 17. Do they wash all the way down? They are attempting to wash all the way down. I'm not going to do anything with this yet. We will just watch to see what happens at 25s. Reclaim of 25s maybe. Back to the 25s. Back to the previous day value area low. Can they get back up to the 800s? Maybe the squeeze is on here, folks. If they've reclaimed it, a wash and little reclaim, it's possible. It's possible a squeeze is on here. If they can hold above 25s, it's possible a squeeze is on here. There or thereabouts. No, back to the 25s. But value area low, you can see the importance of it. So they've washed, reclaimed. I'm zooming this in for you. I guess if they get back over this New York Open, they can think about the 800 move, which is what they're trying to do. It's very messy on the tape here this morning, folks. So I am just going to let this do whatever the bloody hell it wants for a minute. We will see. Certainly some absorption there into 25s. There we go. So maybe here's previous day close. Maybe through this pivot. There is maybe a little mini squeeze up to here. I won't be playing it, but I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. Let them do whatever it is they want to do this morning on a Friday morning. Thank you, Alex. Please don't get mad if some trolls come here. 14, 1 down 400 people to learn from you. Your calm way of trading is amazing. Best trader I've seen. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, stuck at this view up. Just look at how tight we're getting in here while they make their decision. Just let this play out for a bit. You've got big dealers trying to decide what they want to do right now. What is the mag doing? Let's have a look. All of the mag red, other than Microsoft. Relative strength in Microsoft. Everything else gapping down and selling. Can give you a readout. Tesla 0, or approaching 0.5% down now. Nvidia 0.72% down. Microsoft 0.15% up. Meta 1.32% down. That's the weak one today. Google 0.40% down. Amazon 0.50% down. Here's the squeeze back up. They're trying to get this move back up. So they've held 25s a few times. They're going to look for the 800s here if they can. All right, and then through 800s, they've got a shot at moving up towards 850 if they run these stops. 830, 850, 900. So here's the squeeze. They held 25s. They're trying to get up to 800. We've pretty much tagged it. So if you took 25s, you should be peeling some off here at 800, and then you should be looking to run the stops at 835 and 850. I didn't want to take that today on a Friday, but you could see it was there. And kept dipping and holding the 25s. So they hit the 800 previous week point of control. Huge level from the previous week. Can they get a lift here is what they're asking. Can they lift it? SPY looks a little bit stuck up here at the top of Globex. It's tried a couple times. Not sure they know what they want to do with it right now. Don't blame them after yesterday was so big. Okay, back down to the 50s and the 25s again. So failing to break out the 800s. Rotation all the way back down. This is what we talked about, where the rotation will take place. Why I'm avoiding this right now. Waiting to see what we do each side of the rotation. Quick 120 on a micro there. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. Back to the 800s again. They're going to try. Can they make their mind up? Can we get something today which is a little bit cleaner? Doesn't look great on the tape right now. big buyers and big sellers down here. It's not very clean. I'm just going to let them figure it out for a minute. Let them figure it out for a minute. Yeah, well, you got to understand, guys, we did a huge bleed yesterday, right? Huge sell yesterday. We're opening up, like, if you guys joined me for the pre-market, we are opening up right on the lower Bollinger Band, okay? Right on the lower Bollinger Band. Right? The only thing left to go through would be an expansion. We haven't really given it much time. If we're going to expand under here now, then there is a possibility of a move down to the previous week value area low, all right? So if they stay heavy under here, it would be TP1, TP2. If they reclaim it, they will try and go to here and here again, and we will keep chopping in this, building liquidity. Why are we building liquidity? Because we've done a huge move. Okay, just think about what we've done already. We've done a monstrous move. This was a straight sell. This is some form of compression, but you cannot rule out this here and a run of these stops here. What would be better? That would be better. Might not be what we get. We haven't got that all week. When I've been waiting for it to get a swing on for the short, we haven't had it all week. You can see it's 25. It's very sticky around here at the moment. 131 lot buyer came in here trying to force it back up. There is a seller caught at 700 right now. He's not huge. He's a 40 or 50 lot. He's caught down at 700. But they keep buying. We've had 1, 2, maybe 300 lots of orders in here at the 20s. They keep trying to nibble at these 20s. They're looking for that upside move. They might not get it. Very messy right now, folks. I'll show you what I mean. Very messy. Look at all this size. All this size. Big buyers, big sellers, no one winning. All right, rotation. Let it do what it needs to do here, folks. $600s on Qs as well, important, and I guess 680s and 685s on SPY. All right, back to these 20s again. Do they get back over these 20s, or is there a big sell coming from here? They keep trying to get back over the 20s and 25s. They're not succeeding, really. Here they go. They're trying. Still, the tape's very messy. Even Bookmap struggling to keep up here. And it's just given me a warning. CME struggling to keep up. My thought on a 15-minute orb trade today. Maybe just be aware of the range you're in, right? You know, if you're going to trade a breakout of an orb and you're right at the bottom side of the range, for example, you might struggle. I'm going to put my mic closer. There you go. You have to remember, guys, I'm not going to shout. It's 6:30 in the morning for me. Okay, so trying to wash. Do they reject 25s or reclaim it? It's the same story. Can they get down to the Globex low, 42s, and then under this blue box, I guess, 21s. We can move this down a little bit. Here. That's where they're trying to get to at the moment. If they wash that, there's a shot of going to 550s at the moment. Down into here. It's all about this level. Do we reject this level, or are we going to reclaim this level? Oh, very kind, Virgil. Thank you very much for that trade you just made. Oh, current session volume. Sorry. Yes, I haven't put it on yet because we're jumping around. But there you go. Oh, is it forgotten it again? Come on. Get out of it. Come on, TradingView. Sort your life out. Even this looks blocky. Okay, back to these 25s again. SPY found a little bid there at 680 we just talked about. Just be aware of that. SPY just found a bid at 680. What is it that they want to do here? Vic's still basing out here, not really doing much. Welcome, Gordon. Good to have you with us. Small caps are acting like a safe haven is crazy. They're not. It's not like they're a safe haven. It's just when you've got to think. We've talked about this numerous times, right? How big has the tech run been for the last 2, 3, 4 years? It's been monstrous, monstrous. All right. So you're seeing profit taking from tech, rotation out of that into names which need to catch up, like small caps. They know that they can force some small caps up, which is why the RTY is moving, right? Why you've had like positive divergence in the RTY. Once they're done with it, you'll see a rotation back into the mega caps again. It's always the same, right? You buy something cheap, you pump it up to it's expensive, you sell it, you buy the other thing cheap, you pump it up to it's expensive. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Okay, they're rejecting these now. Here's Globex, right? So this is your TP1 if you took it. I got caught monologuing there. And your next TP is down here into 550s. And we lost the 680s already. This is very weak on the spiders now. Very, very weak on the spiders. Oh, Alex, you got talking there. You should have just absolutely hammered that at 16s. All right, so TP1 here. If you're short, TP2 is down here, 550s. And then you can hold. All right, if you get lucky, you'll get a move even deeper here to take out that previous week low. But I would be paying yourself some here and definitely some into this. All right, some around here for sure. That's the previous week value area low. Oh, he's missed the trade talking. Fuck me. Well, that is upsetting. It's what we just talked about. If we leave this, we're going to trade down to here and then down to here. Don't read chat, Alex. Don't read chat when you're 10 minutes into the day. Nice, Peter. You took it. Yeah, this was all planned pre-market. This is what we talked about. Oh, I'm upset myself there. Caught reading questions in chat. That is 100-pointer straight out in 2 minutes. Yeah, you lot got it. Good. You lot got it. Well, it was planned, wasn't it? You can hold runner for down here. And if we break this, all right, if you break 550, you can look for 520s. And if we break that, we are looking all the way back down into this blue box down here. It's very, very possible. Ah, fuck me. I might have to set a new rule where I don't read questions the first 15 minutes in the day. Might have to be a new rule. Okay, selling aggressively here into previous week value area low coming up. Yeah, lots of you getting it. Nice, 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 nice. I think you get 550 and 520. Then we see how much follow through they've got. Yeah, some bids at 550. There's a big lot down at 500. There's a huge buy down at 500. 281 lot sat there at the moment. Let's see if they can swipe this lower for you guys at the moment. Big bleed out. VIX absolutely tearing. This is exactly what we talked about pre-market. Oh my God, look at this nice like build out here with the failure to reclaim. That was it. Okay, huge seller coming in here on the tape at 95. Worth remembering that number now. You should still move lower, but there's a big seller just came on the tape here at 95. So above him, there is potential for a little bit of a retracement up. But I think we are due to move lower overall. But here we go. We're above that seller now. Here's the retracement back up into the next seller at 21. So they're pricing between 95, 21s. Here's the squeeze back up. All right, here you go. So that seller getting caught. This was just going to be a short-term squeeze up. I think they will resell this, but it's just about this seller who got caught into 93s. Again, I can show you here. This guy right here got caught, and now we're lifting, and we're going to look for where these other sellers came back in. Right, look at that. Lift straight out of it. He did the damage. He shorted at the lows. He shorted at the lows. So back up to value area low here. And you have to see if you reject this now. To see if you reject this now. Right the way back up, all the way back up, right the way back up to value, and these 20s probably. If they get back over 25s, you're going to see a squeeze further. So do they come back down here? They can retest 20s and 25s if they want. Looking for the short if they do. We'll play the long if we reclaim everything. Oh, they've just held a bid there at those sellers at 700. So we've reclaimed value. We will see. Where are we at? 680s. By reclaiming 680s. They might start squeezing it. If we get over, We might see a squeeze here, and we will see. Be very aggressive if they get over these 25s. They might absolutely rip some faces. Come on, Bookmap. Here's the 25s. What are they going to do? Very washy. What do you want to do, Mark? Are you going to reject this and come right back down, or are you going to hold and squeeze up? Right in the middle of this range. Squeeze up it is then. Here's the squeeze. Fuck me. Can't do much with this. Cannot do much with this right now. This is just the options market more than anything else here, by the looks of it to me. Straight down, straight back up, because that player got caught. Straight into these trap buys here at 50s now. We might keep going here. Oh my God. It's missed the play down, misses a play up. He's not with it today, that's for sure. He's not on the money. Right, all the way up to previous week point of control is possible now, and then through that we can get going as well, all the way up to 50s. So up here, here, and here is possible. Looking to see if they hold sort of 25s, otherwise I can't do anything. They're just going to rip it. Oh my God, man. As soon as I saw that guy trapped, I should have gone in. It's a 200-point rip. Right off that trap player. Oh, they are on a mega squeeze. Right, if they hold 25s now, we will look for an entry. I'll tell you what's not helping as well. The SPY is playing its own game. Here's the expansion then. Can they get up to sort of 50s? They're bidding 750. Can you get up to 850 is what I'm asking. And maybe up to 900 if you really want to get going. Would like a dip rather than just a hold and squeeze here, please. Let's see if they hold these 25s. Sellers got stuck here at 88 last time round and 80s. They've reheld that dip. It's so aggressive both sides here, folks. These orders are big, 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 big. Right up to where the buyers got trapped this morning. If they let these guys out, we'll see that move towards 850. Clear out the highs. Here we go, it's 825s. We get up to 850s. 825s, let's get through this and go 850s. Let's get through this and go 850s. Let's go through this and go 850s. Get through the 25, for fuck's sake. 320 lot here. If we get through that, we should see a little squeeze through. Come on. There we go. Yeah, there we go. There's 40s. Can we get 50s? Here we go, folks. Fuck me. Finally getting something. And then we look for 900s. We're going to trim up here, pay myself some into this level here, into the grey box, and then see if we can get 900s now. What a fucking rip, man. Oh my God. If I just entered where that player was trapped at the bottom, we would be up huge, wouldn't we? Here we go. 50s now. All right, small piece left. And we'll see if we get 900s. Oof. Uffa. Tapped right into the 50s. That might be it. If it can't get 900s, I'll cut the rest. If we get through 50s, I'm looking for 900s, then we can really get going. We still haven't tested 25 since we broke back over it, I'll say that much. If we drop below 80 here, I'm out. It's where the sellers got stuck at 80. How do I maintain sanity when I miss the moves? Well, I mean, there's not much I can do. I mean, I would have had to be so quick. Once we saw the seller down here, it's a big buy. It's just got stuck up top now. Right, once I saw this seller down here, I would have just had to enter long off no structure when we should have really come down into here. All right, so we missed it. So it's very hard. Needed a 50 more. If we'd done a break of previous week value area low, if we'd come here and then reclaimed, I would have been happy to long at the bottom. But just a dip and rip like that, and now stuck into the 50s. Look at the 50s. Right, big buyer now stuck at 24. So we're probably going to come back down and test these 20s again. It's messy. It's very messy. I'm out now, folks, because it's probably going to come back to the 25s again. I have to see if they bid 25s now or somewhere around there. And if they don't, we might wash all the way back down and finish the auction down here, right? We might come all the way back down here if they don't hold these sort of 20s, 25s, because we're very thin up, aren't we? Very, very, very thin up. So they need to bid here and bid now, otherwise we're probably going to go low of day. Watching this. No, they're not bidding. Not yet. They might go lower day here, folks. This is awful. Do you reclaim 25s? What is this market? What are we doing? What do you want to do, market? If they bid here, they might retest 80s. It is terrible both ways, though. Back inside the orb, it's not an A+ setup, is it? If they lose this, we're going to probably go back to the low of day, back towards where that seller was stuck at 90. What was it? 592. So they've got to make a decision. We're right in the middle. We are right in the middle right now. It just feels like they don't know what to do. They're like, we should sell, but you know, we're really extended. We don't want to sell. We want to push up before we sell. Okay, they're trying to rebid 25s here now. How much of a squeeze can they go? Can they go back to 80s if we're going to join this? I need to get it over the New York Open and see if we want to go back to 80s if I'm going to play. And we have to trim some at 80s. Oh, I got stuck there at 50s. Can't play, not over that New York Open. Still waiting. Back underneath now. All right, I think this just needs to be a leave alone for a bit. I don't think they know what they want to do. So we've got a big buyer stuck at 8. What's his actual level? 825. And we've got a big seller stuck at 593. How mad's that? The volatility. 593, 825 in 1, 2, 3 minutes. We did that rip. So we've got a buyer stuck up here, seller stuck down here, and we're just going between the two. And they do not know what they want to do with it right now. Okay, well, don't drink, but I will have to do it after stream. I can't do it right now, my friend. Back over 25, so they're going to revisit the 80s now. Do they sell 80s now is the question. It's very hard to do anything here. So back to the 80s, this is where all the sellers came in, right? So if sellers want to defend this, they're going to try and set a lower high. If not, then we can see that move back over 850 to 900. Remember, that buyer is stuck up there currently. So we go back to these 80s like we talked about. 25 to 80s is the rotation. And they sold 80s, surprise, surprise, and we go back down. All right, so we just talked about this, didn't we? 25 to 80s, they literally just hit 80, and they come back down to 25s. They don't know what they want to do, folks. I can tell you from looking at the book, they do not know what they want to do here. You want me to go and get coffee? It is time that I need to get coffee, actually. I'm thinking about going to get coffee. No tea today. I've got tea here. It's right here. Thinking about my mushroom coffee right now, though. Okay, big seller coming on the book here, defending 75s, 216 lot. Mushroom coffee. Yeah, I have a mushroom coffee. We are literally right where we opened. Nothing's changed. If you're wondering where I'm still right now, we're right where we opened. Look at this huge node developing. We're not moving. We are pinned. Okay, coming back up to this 70 level. They're trying to get this buyer out. There's a new buyer coming at 70 who got caught and they're now lifting to the 800s again. Are they going to squeeze through this and let this guy out at the high of day? 82 here on SPY, big level. This is why you have to be so patient. $800s. SPY 82, can't get through 82. Every look above that's failed so far this morning. 800s again. Remember, there's a buyer caught up here at 824. The other buyer was at 770s. So if they stay above 770s, he's got a shot. This is what we're testing now. They're testing that buyer at 770s, saying, do you want more or not? Just trying to see if he's going to come in or not here. Doesn't look like it. If not, we're going 25s again. 50s and 25s again. Oh, there's no market to play here, guys. You can't play this. Well, I can't play this. Or I'm not willing to play this is a better way of putting it, I guess. Back to the 25s again. Are we going to sell all the way down now? Fuck me. How are you supposed to do anything with this when they don't know what they want to do? Sell through then. If you're going to do it, you might as well sell all the way through. Are you going to just rip all the way back up again now because you guys don't know what to do? Yeah, probably. Fucking hell. This is a weird Friday, that's for sure. So back to the 25s again, and they're going to make a decision now if they're going to go low of day or just rip it back up again. This is terrible. Dude, who keeps asking what the current CVD is? Why don't you just get it up? I don't understand. On what time frame? On what stock? On what time frame? In the minute? Like, just get it up. It's right at the bottom of the Bookmap, right in front of you. Like, right here. There you go. Minus 539 rolling. Like, okay, do they drop this now and come back down for the low of day? Back to 25s again. Fucking hell, mate. There's quite literally nothing I can do with this. If they don't know what they want to do with it, I certainly don't know what they want to do with it. We are pinned. We are pinned in a $2 range on the SPY. And we're pinned currently between 25 and 800 on NQ. And if we fail 25 and we fail aggressively from 25, we can go back down to these 93s on NQ, as in 593s. This thing's fucking awful. What am I watching right now? This might be the worst market I've seen for some time. The size of these orders, though, Jesus Christ. Part of me is like, fade it back down, but I just don't trust it in the slightest right now. Not in the slightest. Developing this thick node here where they will not lose the bottom of the node and we can't hold a bid above the top of the node. And they are just going to do nothing with this. ready to go back to sleep. I tell you what, if it's like this for another half an hour, I will be getting off the screens, guys. I'm not going to sit here on a Friday and watch this. Back to 25s. What are these idiots doing? Bunch of clowns. Back to 25s, back to the 40s, back to New York Open, failing New York Open. If we get through this, they'll try and get back up here again. There's no way I'm touching this. There is no way I'm touching this. No edge here for me. Okay, 680 won't let go on SPY. 600 reclaim on QQQ. All right, back to this trap buyer at 770s. They're going to test him. If they get through him, they're going to go for 823s again, or 800s. The 770 is still stuck. He just sold on that last push up. We come back down to 25s again, probably, or this New York Open. Can I explain why not to trade? Well, what's the... Okay, here we go. Flow zones, flat. VWAP, flat. We are in this after a huge sell with compression where we're not moving. What trade setup is there right now? Right. What setup is there? Ask yourself what setup there is there, and then ask yourself, okay, if there's no setup, why am I trying to trade? There's quite legitimately no setup. And another huge buyer coming in here, trying to force it up and getting absolutely nowhere. Can I? Yeah, okay. I'll tell you when to buy and sell. Buy now. I'm joking, obviously. No. I keep telling you, there's no trade. There's no trade. What are you guys after? There's nothing here right now, folks. All there was a seller caught at the lows and a straight rip, and a big buyer caught up here. There's really quite legitimately nothing to do at the moment, folks. Don't be impatient. Just be patient. It will come. It will come. Right, over 2,000 of you watching. Incredible. Let's get these likes up so we can do some giveaways. Though I send out my swing trades in Discord, I do. Yeah, there's a swing channel in the Discord. Yeah, exactly. Yesterday we had to wait, and then we got the 400 pointer. Okay, they've still got this guy stuck at 770. Can still see him stuck. He's still right here stuck. Right, and sellers came in above him. The big lot is stuck up here at 824. We're just inside of balance. We're inside of the opening range. We're inside of the current value. We're not doing anything other than rotate, folks. All right, this is just building a huge amount of liquidity. Back to the 25s again. Again, SPY, 2-point range, 80 to 82. Pinned there. Absolutely pinned there. Right, they saved 25s this time. VPOC holding. Do they let this buyer out at 70s? Man, who just said bull flag for me? Dude, that ain't a bull flag. don't know what you're looking at. Even if it pops higher, this is trapping both sides right now. You got to understand everything's stuck up here. We're pinned. Like, oh, personally, you do what you want. Personally, I'd wait to see if we find acceptance right now. Because at the moment, like I keep telling you, we have a buyer stuck at 70. Cannot get through that buyer. Every time we popped up to him, he sold. And we keep rebidding 25. So there's just a rotation there. If they lose 25s, they're going to come down to 87s. If they lose 87s, they're going to gut check 60. And if they lose that, we have a trap setter at the low of day at 594. That's all we can do. Reels, thanks for joining. Back to 25s again. Sorry, folks. This is, like I say, it's one of the worst markets I've seen for a while for the open. Yeah. Is there anything you say in your course? Anything what? Dude, why do you keep spamming the same thing? You've got one more chance. If you say that one more time, you're gone. I don't know what you're on about. Yeah, back and held again. Reclaim 25s. Back to New York Open again. Can they come and retest 770s? Can I explain buyers and sellers? Oh, trapping buyers and sellers. Yeah, well, it's just when aggressive participants come in at the extremes. All right. So if you think about this morning, when we sold off at the low of day here, we had a huge seller come in and we didn't move lower. So when we move above his point, he starts stopping out, causing the squeeze. When we came up to the high of day, we had a 292 lot buyer come in. We don't move higher. He gets caught buying the high of day. So when we start washing, he starts stopping out, which means we get sell pressure. Now we're just pinned. We're absolutely pinned. Look at that. Byron sending 5 gift memberships. That's very kind of you. Thank you, Byron. Well done, all of those who just got it. Can I explain the nodes? It's just an area of high volume. It's just where we're building out a lot of high volume. So this is current value area high on the day, value area low on the day, point of control on the day, and this is the rotation. You can see we are not finding acceptance outside of this. We are building liquidity. We will abuse everyone in here later. Whether I'm here for that or not is another thing, but that's what we're doing. We're chopping in that range. What's the EMA with the buy sell? It's the Flow Zone Pro. It's right here, but I ignore those when we're going sideways. Look, the flow zones are flat right now. So back to 770 again, where this buyer keeps getting caught. If they get acceptance through this, they can try and lift to value area high. If they get through value area high, they will lift to 823s. But at the moment, they can't get through the guy at 770. They keep trying, but they can't get through it. If they get through it, then yeah, you can watch maybe 90s. All right, so 770, we have a buyer stuck. Over that, we go 90s. So they're trying to get over it now. Still can't get over it. Right? They just wick over instant sell. Here's the 90s. All right, let's see. Are you guys going to do something fun here? 70 to 90, watching this high now. Now, do we start squeezing? Yes, we are. Imbalances up here into 800s again. It's a big level, the 800s. So they've got now rebid 770. If they rebid 770, maybe I'm interested in a lift or in front of 770. And then a break of 800, and then we will have to take some partials in front of 825. So there's a 770 rebid. You just see it come down and rebid 770. So let's see now. Can they get above 800 or not? If you took this, I'd put your stop break even at 770 straight away. 800, here we go, folks. Right, we need to get up into 20s, right? I will sell some here in front of 20s. Because we know that buyer is stuck at 825. So we get above 825, we've got to squeeze up to 850s, which will be 100 points if we get up there. Want it to hold 90s now if possible. Nice. Keep holding 90s. Don't reflush 90s. We've got sellers caught at 90s now. Want you to hold this. Don't really want it to come back to 70s because it'd be a failed break. The 90s test, or I was going to come back to 70s. If we break 70s, I'm fully out. Out. This tags me and goes. I'll be fuming. You fucking know it's going to do it. You fucking know it. It loves to stop Alex every fucking time. What was my entry? 70s. 70s, right? On the guy's pain point. Right? Entry was 70s. We talked about this guy is stuck. Once we get above him, I said if we hold 70s, we're good. We held 70s. I'd sold some into 800s. I stopped out on the reflush. I wanted them to hold this 90s now. Now you're looking to take some money out into 25s. This is where this big player is. All right, so pay yourself into 25s. And above that, you're looking for 850 and 900. We might get going here. So you're lifting up into this guy at 25. You must pay yourself some here. And then through this 850s, they're piling in buy side now. So you're looking for 850s now through this. So you've paid yourself now. So you're 770 to 820s. And you're looking for 850s and 900 now. Do not be buying up here. You will get caught, right? Fuckers stopped me out. Absolute fuckers. How many days have I had that? All right. Let's see then. Let's see then. Can you get 25s and 50s without me? You've got 25s already. Can you get 50s and 900s, really? You really, ideally, you want to stay above 825 where that buyer was caught. Above that, squeeze potential. Just know there is resistance up here into 50s, okay? Stopping Alex out has been the theme of the week, hasn't it? Just stopping Alex out on like all runners. I get like a little partial and then that's it. I get stopped every time. No, I don't watch it on ES as well, folks. Sorry, my brain, I can't watch it across everything. If I was trading ES, obviously I'd watch it on ES, but it takes quite a lot out of you to watch the tape the way I do, and obviously comment on it and try and give you guys the levels. All right. They're losing this bid here. They need to hold this bid at 800s. Otherwise, you're going to go back to 70s again. Good hold of 800s there. You need to get back above 25s. You must get back above 25s here. This is where that buy is stuck. Man, that's deeply upsetting. Had a really good entry there. Ignored all this bullshit. Took the entry. Right, let them do all this nonsense. Took the entry, got the partial, and then it wicks me out. And what we're looking for now is here, 850 and then 900, all right? TP2, TP3. You're looking for this into here if it will go. But you must be aggressive taking profit today. This is not a day to just hold on. I don't do it based on points, folks. Okay, I don't do my stop loss based on points. I do it based on where I think the trade is no longer valid. For me, the trade was no longer valid if we got under 70, which we did. It just stopped me out by 5 points. What are you going to do? It's a volatile market. VPOC shifted up here now. You really want to see them hold the bid of 800 and around there. Otherwise, you're going to get a slide back down to 70 again, and we're just going to be in a range rotation market. So maybe that down to 70 here. Here you go, coming back down to 70. Obviously, I'm already out of this. If they lose this, you do not want to hold it. If they start losing this, do not want to hold it. If they start losing this, it would be another fail breakout. There you go, they've lost it. Back down to VWAP. Very volatile. Do I recommend passing evals in one day? Probably not, because it means you're oversized. Only if you're like, I do it like that. I try and do it in 1 or 2 days, but you have to be very accurate. To be very accurate. This is horrible. Yeah, we're just ranging around, right? So remember, we were taking profit. I said, if you take this 770s, we're taking profit 800 and 825. So you still got, what's that? 55 points. Right, we didn't hit the 850 and 900, which would have given us the 100-pointer. We're still holding here or hereabouts, but it's looking not very nice now. Look at SPY, still can't get a close and hold above 82s, right? Big level for SPY. Will I be looking at another entry? For sure, yeah, I'd like to trade some more. I'm willing to play both ways. One of the worst days of the year, probably at the moment. But I mean, look at the sales we've had the last few days. That's why. And understand like where we are higher time frame, folks. Right? What's this grey box here? Right? We're stuck on the previous week level. Right? We know we've got some compression here. We know that they've got stops to hunt. We know we probably want to move lower, but we probably need to try and get up to move lower. But they are just not letting it do it on a Friday. We are pinned. We are pinned in here. We are not seeing relief for that move there, which I'd love. And we're not seeing this. We're just seeing more of this, right? And we know when we do this, we build out liquidity. We don't really love trading in that. Try and avoid that where possible. Okay, so they've lost the top side back to the 25s again. Alex, if I buy the volume and order flow course, do I get the flow zone indicator that I mentioned in the beginner to advanced course? You do not. You do not. They're only in the beginner to advanced. Why is there no reaction from buyers? Reaction from buyers where? There's reaction from both lots. What are you talking about? We're not in a trend. There's reaction from both lots. We're building. Go back to the start of this video, like 9:15 a.m. We talked about this, building liquidity. Zoom out. Right, we are starting to go sideways. Tapering. Horizontal. Tapering. All right. We're building liquidity. You can argue that's a failed break, but we haven't seen continuation up here because we're heavy up here right now. Lots of people who are trying to buy are just going to cut their losses here or get out break even. Back into patient mode here, folks. I can't control the market. I'm really sorry. Probably lots of you, have seen like the previous videos and, well, this day you got 100 points and this day you got 400 points and this day we can only trade what's in front of us. That's awesome. Ben just read that message. That's awesome. You and Daniel. That's great work. I don't think the support zone is down to around 24620, and if it breaks that, you should go short. 24620. 24620. Or basically the low of day. I mean, you'd be shorting low of day. If you're going to short low of day, you're shorting low of day, and you'd have to be covering some into 550s. 550s and 520s. So you're not leaving yourself that much room if you're going to short low of day, low of week, are you, on a Friday? It's asking a lot. I would rather see a bull trap higher to short, if I'm honest. Freaky Fridays, yeah, Freaky Fridays, that's it. It is Freaky Fridays. It is Friday the 13th. You guys are right. I caught the 400 pointer with you yesterday as a first time watcher. Your market analysis is spot on. Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you got it. Alex, I've only got $120 left to pass my eval. Well, don't be trying to pass it today, right? Unless it sets up. This is not a day to try and pass an eval if we're going to keep doing this. So just wait. You don't want to give back. Hood doing well today? Yeah, it's finding a bid. It's finding a bid versus that low it put in last week, which is great. Why Friday's usually so shit for trading? Normally because we've done the range of the week already and you have options expiries as well. Do I have a Telegram where I share trades? No. Okay, back to the 800s. This is where all those buyers last got caught. Value area high here. Are they going to turn the bid on? Are we going to move out of this range that we've developed? I mean, if you're a range trader, surely you're enjoying this right now. You can just keep bidding 25s and keep selling 800 over and over and over and over again until it's done with it, right? Again, SPY can't get through 82. Again, it can't get through 82. It just had another go at getting through 82. It failed again. SPY. On the spiders. Back down to 25s again, probably. New York Open. They fail this. What are they going to do? Are they going to come all the way back down again? Just wonder, like, this has all been left open since. To the 50s. 770s again, that same player. Over 70s. We're going to go back to 8s over 70s. I don't know. I'm not going to take it no matter what because they don't know what they want to do. How do you handle these type of markets? You just got, like, the biggest problem I think most people have is they come to the, this is different to going to like a 9 to 5 and having to do like the same thing every day, right? It's about opportunity. There's no opportunity. I would say the best opportunity today happened with the trap guy down here, right? It happened here, right? This guy here got caught, all right? All this selling got caught. Look at the shift from big sell delta to big buy delta. Once this guy got caught, that was the opportunity. I was late on the trigger and I just wasn't willing to buy 100 points higher. That happened in seconds, literally in seconds. That was the best opportunity of the day. But you know what was wrong with that opportunity? We didn't come down to value, right? They trapped him and rebid over 600. It would have been much nicer if we'd come down into this and rebid, all right? So I'm not going to blame myself on stuff like that. And it's knowing that I cannot get a trade today or I can have that break-even one, and that's fine. I made all my money this week, right? We've already made it. So, like, you only need one really good trade a week or a month or in a career, really, with people who are big swing traders to change your life. You don't need to try and attack everything all the time. There's not always stuff available. Okay, over 70s, going to go and test the 800s again. Yeah, still can't get through SPY, still can't get through the 82s. We're just trapped here. We're absolutely pinned. No acceptance outside of value. The blue on your screen, we're not finding any acceptance outside of this right now. They can't even get up to the 800s this time. It's getting weaker and weaker both ways. I just think there's a nasty candle coming soon. Like a massive candle. I don't know which direction, but we can't do this forever. Someone will stop out and get frustrated, and it will cause a big, big candle. So back towards the 800s. VPOC, are we going to go through the 800s now? Yes, we're going through the 800s. Oh, it's tempting, man. It's tempting. Is this the candle? Still just tapping the top side. If they base over here, they've got a chance to go 25s and 50 again, but we're not basing yet. $800s, can they base? SPY into 682, which it cannot get over so far today. It's peaked through it, but it can't get over it. This is a cool wall on SPY. If they get over this, they get a chance. But so far today, SPY cannot get over this level. Sorry, folks. I can't control it. I wish I could. You want an Alex bathroom break? I do need a coffee. All right, big seller coming in here, folks. Huge seller just came in here, 100 lot. He might get caught soon. He might get caught soon. They're looking to lift up to 25s and 50s. That seller's just got caught. Here we go. All right, I'm going to try a little piece long here, see if we can get up to 25s and 50s versus 95. Not going to let it come under 95. That seller's got to stay stuck. Once I saw him come in there, we'll try and use his pain here if we're going to get above 800s. Here we go. Let's go 25s and 50s. Let's go 25s and 50s. Give Alex at least something today. Okay, here we go, folks. Let's get 25s. Let's get through 25s. Big buyer stuck up here. We need to get through the 25s. If we get through 25s, we can go 50s. Or you're going to make me TP earlier. There's some at 25. Right, let's see if we get 50s now. Once that seller got stuck, it got a little bit easier there for some follow through. Must not come under, what's his level? 96s. Really would prefer a hold of 800s here. So stops moved into the money. Okay, while this plays out, we're going to look. I'm going to look for TPs at 850 and then 900, okay? Make sure, yeah, 850 and 900. So 850, this spike here. All right, we're going to take some in 25, some at 850, some at 900. I'm going to put my limits out, move my stop up. Here we go, folks. We might get one here. If we get 900s, it will be a 100-pointer, all right? If you're like, why? I don't understand. It was just this seller. I saw him get stuck at that key level, and I'm using his pain to go higher. That's all it is. All right, here's the move towards 50s. All right, let me go and brew a coffee while this happens. All right, coffee's brewing. Yeah, almost there, folks. All right, only 900s left. So 850s hit. Almost there, folks. Almost there, folks. We might get a 100-pointer here. If we get lucky, we're lifting to 955s. I don't necessarily think we're going to do that today. So we took this guy's pain, and we're trying to get up into here now, if possible. You want this to protect 825, 830, all right, where the big buyers just came in. All right, these big buyers who just squeeze us up. We want these guys to stay in the money. All right, 825, 830. So we're almost at the level we want. We want 900. We want to squeeze up into here. All right, so we're using this guy's pain. All right, once this guy piled in at this 800 after we'd done it a million times, I was like, yeah, I'm going to have you. Thank you very much. And we're looking for 900 now. And that would be a 100-pointer if we get it. Now, if we lift through 900, let's have a think about what we can do. If we lift through this, if we lift through 900, there is an argument for 956 and 25,015. All right, so if we lift through this, there's an argument for this level here, or 944s. Here we go, folks. Here we go, folks. Yapping, yapping, yapping away today. Well, some of you will learn. Just stay with me. Once the trade comes, we get it. Here we go. Here we go. So we're looking for this. This is your next TP, and then we're going to hold runners. And I tell you what, if they turn the turbo on today, it could be fun. So over this, we're looking for over 900. We're going to look for the blue line above. All right, over 900, we're going to look for this. And over that, we're going to look for this. All right, so there might be 200 points here if we get lucky, but this is a big level. Sell some into this level, please. Look, we've missed it by a tick. Don't be a dick for a tick like we always talk about. I would move your stop up now. All right, buyers, we can come all the way down to 25s. Do not let it do that. All right, you'd want to see an imbalance hold here around 65s. Don't let it come under that, I would say. All right, I'm going to go and pour my coffee out and come back. Oh, okay. What's the time? IB now set, folks, as well. So be careful of the failed breakout. So we pretty much hit it. We missed it by a tick. You really want this IB to hold. I don't really want to offer it to read it all the way down to 50s. All right. So we really want this to hold for the expansion now. They're adding at 950 above, which is good. We look good. Holds of 850s look good. Everything holding 850 looks good, but I don't really want it to come down and retest there. That would be giving 50 points back from the peak, won't it? So maybe I'll cut and off and re-add there if I really want to. Come on, market. Let's get squeezing. Let's go. Let's fucking go, market. Let's just fucking turn it on, please. Where was the seller caught? 800. Here we go. Let's go. Here's the squeeze. What are we saying here? Someone's going to get fucked soon. We can't sit there forever. All right, here we go, folks. So almost at blue lines. This is your next TP right here. All right, that would be 150 points. And if we're lucky, we're going to get all the way up into this 25,027. We will respect 25,000 being a whole number. But let's look for 25,046s. Did we just run those stops? Did we just run those stops? Not quite. Okay, this is the level. Right into here. 45s if we can go. Seller coming in at higher day here, which is what I want to see. Let's try and print above 20s. That's where the big sellers just come in. We'd love to print above 20s now. Don't want him to be comfortable. We've got an imbalance down to 900. So maybe we can move our stop just under 900 here. And let's see if we can print out here. Higher the better. Here we go, folks. Here we go, folks. So you are now coming into here. This would be 150 odd pointer. All right, let's see if we can get all the way up into here. Do not add up here. I'm telling you now, do not be adding up here. You will get absolutely slapped. $900's got a hold here for me, or I'm out. It can afford to come much, much deeper, so I'm just not willing to give too many profits back here. So 900 for me has to hold here. We have a little imbalance at 900, so what's that previous day point of control? 890s. Holding so far here. Sellers trying to pile in. Would like to see some absorption here into 900s, or I will be out. There's 900. Come on. Step in, Mr. Absorber, otherwise I'm gone. Don't do what you've done all week and stop me out and then rip another 300 points, you fucker. Pardon my French today. Come on. Absorb it or I'm out. Absorb it or I'm out here, because we got big sellers stuck here at 905 and 903. Well, I want to stay above those sellers. Get back above 909 would be really good. No, I'm out. Or I'm out. Now I know what's going to happen. I know I'm going to stop out, and I know they're going to rip it all the way to my TPs, because it's just how it works for Alex this week. But I know I'm watching. If you're looking at the DOM here, all right, I can see these sellers down here. Look, they're going to do it. Fuck me. I was trying to use them as my stop. Oh my God, they're going to do it again. Every day this week, I've been rinsed on that move. Oh, NQ, you're so harsh this week, man. You're not letting me use their pain for stops. Oh, God. Oh, oh, why don't I get back in? I'm not buying up here. No way, man. No way. It's 100 points higher than my entry. I'm not buying up here in a rotation. No chance. All right, building out some liquidity up here now. All right, so you just missed this TP here by, what, a couple ticks. Hopefully it does it for you. It's trying to hold previous day point of control. They rinsed me by 5 points. That's twice today. They've rinsed me by 5, all right? Hopefully you get this and then this. That would be the ultimate target for you. But definitely this blue line must be some. I stopped IB high. Probably did, but my stop was not based on IB high. I stopped at 900. No, IB high is down here at 870. I was trying to use their pain. All right, so we had a lot of sellers piling in. All right, and I was trying to make sure we stayed above this seller here. You see him here piling in. All right, I wanted to stay above this seller. I didn't want it to drop under this imbalance. Right, we dropped under the imbalance, of course, and then ripped back up and got above this seller. So these are the sellers which are piling in. So if you get above 920 now, there's a chance for a re-squeeze out. Inverse repeat of yesterday, pretty much, isn't it? Pretty similar of yesterday. Pretty similar of yesterday. Alex getting ripped. That Trader 3, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Why not add 5 to 10 points for the next couple of weeks? It's tempting, isn't it? But I'm not going to trade. I'm not going to change my trading for a couple of sessions where the volatility's been up, because, you know, arguably it could have risked a little bit more, but you know what? It's a 100-point plus trade. See, and I don't want to get caught in that there, because now the sellers are in control. Well, not totally in control, but of this here. So sellers have piled in this volume node up here. See, this is what I did not want to get caught in. This is why my stop went to 905. So look at what happened up here. Once these sellers got the break under their level, we are washing right back down. Here are the imbalances, 53s. Where can they revisit? 820s, where we broke out from. Remember, we got long on this buyer's pain at 800. All right, buyer came in, pushed us all the way up. Sellers come in. I tried to use them as my stop. They take over. I'm out. We're going to come and revisit these imbalances and where these buyers came back in at 820, 820s, 825s. If we lose that, we come right back down to VPOC where we got back in, right? So not going to force my way in. 3K for the day. Passed an eval. Thanks very much, man. Mainly practicing patience. Your knowledge is uncanny. F the haters out. I appreciate that, Blake. Thank you very much. Peak above and fail. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we've done. Into previous day's value area high would have been more ideal, though. Did we take out this stop? We didn't actually peak above it all. So this is one of the things I was looking at. This is where the blue line. All right. The peak above, technically to run all the stops would have been 944s, right? This blue line, current week developing value area low. it's exactly what I would have looked for, which is what you've just said, right? I would have looked to take profit in here and here, and then I would have been thinking about that short back down, all right? Definitely. We didn't actually run all the stops. I would have liked a little bit more, but that has been the story of NQ this week, right? NQ this week, remember, Alex was looking for a swing short. If we could have, I'm going to move this out, which is what we're looking for in Discord. If we could have just run these guys here, I was looking to get swing short in here for this move back down to the naked point of control right here, and then follow through underneath. Unfortunately, we didn't run the stop. Same thing here. We'd like to run these stops to get back short. We didn't run the stops. It's the same story. NQ this week, so heavy, it's not popping those stops. Okay, and all the way back down to where we got long, right? This is where we got long. So obviously, in case it's not obvious, I stopped out right under or right at 900 or wherever it was. All right, so we're well out of this now. Can I see the original seller trapped on TV footprint? You probably could. Where was that break? Probably could on the delta here. What level did I have it at? 95. Let's see if there's somewhere at 95. It's going to be this guy. Yeah, these guys here. All right, so we had it here and here, same seller. And once we got above him, he had to stop out. Yeah, same guy. Look at the delta in those. Same guy. Definitely. And at the highs, you're going to see the shift at the highs as well. All right, buyers at the top. Sellers kept coming in. 900s needed to hold. Sellers came in. All these buyers got caught. And there's the big sell and reprice. And right back down to where we rebid first time, right? So right back down to the area where those buyers rebid. Where we first got in pretty much. All right, so now you'd be watching. Are they going to squeeze, or do you see a failed follow through here? So I'd say you can sort of watch 850s somewhere in here, right? If they do a failed follow through. I'm not sure I love the auction at the high, but maybe in here there is some failed follow through. If they fail to reclaim this, back down into here again, and under here, we're back into the slop and the rotation. All right, so this is the edge. They're protecting the edge. Buyers will try and take this up. If they fail to follow through, we come back down. If we lose that, we come back down to the other side, all right? If buyers reclaim this, they can try and finish the rotation. So very weak. Failing to follow through, didn't even offer a pop to sell. Very weak is how I would interpret what's just happened there. Thanks, OFC. That's nice of you. Hey, Stephen, thanks for joining. Buyers now caught. So all those buyers we talked about, 824 and 830s, all right, they didn't sell the highs. They're now caught. I'd have been willing to resell this on a pop-up here. Messy now. Now we wait again. We have to let it develop again. If it just keeps sliding, there's not a lot I can do with it if it just keeps sliding. Do I trade on NQ MT5 funding pips if I buy account? I don't trade on funding pips. And if you're trading on funding pips, you won't be able to trade NQ. You'd have to trade NAS 100, I would assume, because it would be CFD. Can I adopt you? You don't want to be adopted by me. If 880 is denied, can we sell? Yes, definitely. Definitely. 850 to 880, if it's denied, I think it's a sell, potentially, yeah. But at the moment, we're not even popping up there. It assumes you see all the huge orders of day trading. It seems flawed to me, but as I understand institutions, it doesn't matter if they're day trading or swing trading. It's where their pain point is. It's how the end of an auction happens. Maybe all the buys happened here, all right, are just absolutely accumulating. It's possible, and we're force higher. It's possible, but I'm going to trade where I think their pain point is. And most people you will find are getting late. All right, back to PDC here. So we just back to the close of yesterday again. No trade opportunity here. So look, straight up, straight back down. I would have loved a fade. Right, once we've done this move, I would have loved a short back here for TP1, maybe in the middle and then here, but it's not offering it now. So there's no trade set up here, folks. There's nothing I can do with this. It's not a great auction at the high either. Sort of flat top high. It's not perfect, really. Why was 900 a TP, did you say? Because it was previous day point of control. Right, so right here, this was fair value from yesterday. All right, we were in discount. Look, this is previous day value area low. Let's think what's happened today. We drifted way under value area low. We reclaimed it. Okay, no acceptance lower. We chop, and we go, hey, let's just see if yesterday's fair value is still a good value. We come up, and they go, no, this is actually too expensive today. Okay, we're coming back down to today's fair value, POC of the day, right? This is previous week fair value as well, right? So this is why it's so choppy in here. If we lose this, we're going to come and revisit previous day's value area low. If they deem that too expensive, then we're going to revisit previous week's value area low. If they deem that too cheap, then we're going to bid back up off it. This is just how an auction works. So the reason 900 was a TP, yes, 900 whole number is important, but it was more that this is here, right? That's why. And this blue line was also important to me. It's developing, it was a bit higher at the time. It's the developing profile. And what I really wanted to do was run these stops, all right? This is where I would have liked to have got a TP, all right? When I was saying like 940, 950, I would have loved to have just popped up and run those stops out up here. All right, look at this. Very, very, very weak now. It's not a lot I can do with this. It's not offering me a pot to sell into here, unfortunately. I draw everything myself, Enzo. Yeah, all those are things I draw on myself. Yes, yes. So right down to the New York Open and previous day low and previous day value area low again now. So do we find acceptance below this and come and fill? Why have we got gaps in here? Come on, CME, sort it out. Trying to be patient here, folks. Let's have a look on some adjusted levels. 25.15, 25.55, 8.10. Was that a Tyson trade to VWAP? I mean, how are you getting that though? Tyson was probably looking for the same as me. Once we failed under, was probably looking for this to sell back down, right? It was the trade, but it didn't give him the setup. The same thing we were talking about. Pop up towards 50, anything up towards 50 and somewhere up here to resell down would have been Tyson's trade. Look above, IB, fail, but there's no failed follow through. Remember when we were here, I said if we get a failed follow through now, we will play short. If we get a failed follow through, we'll play short. It never gave us the opportunity. This is the thing today. Market's moving very quick. It's not giving us, it's doing moves, but it's not always giving us entry models. Oh, sorry. I'm just seeing what you guys are saying. Do I have any materials explaining how to use TradingView for futures trading? There's probably a lot on my YouTube for free, yeah. Otherwise, I go through absolutely everything in the course. Alex, since being on stream, I switched from extreme FOMO entries to patience and big picture, top down. Nice. Alex, as always, your analysis really helps me understand market better. The knowledge you share for free on stream is a real godsend. You're welcome. How do I feel about ICT inverse fair value gap? I don't feel anything. If it works for you, trade it. I feel nothing. What was the key level in the middle of the long candle? You said if it retested that, you would have gotten short. Oh, this is initial balance. This is the initial balance. All right. It's also a pivot. Like, think about structure. Right. Think about messy, 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 messy. All right. We would have loved this, wouldn't we? That's perfect. Back down to VWAP. TP1 would be here. TP2 would be here. TP3 would be here. TP4 would be IB low break and low of day. It'd be an IB reversal from IB high to IB low if they reject VWAP. If we had positioning, we could have done that. But we don't. Because they've made our life very, very hard. Okay, here's the pop back up. Can they make their mind up? All right, back to previous week's point of control. What are we doing? Can we decide what we're doing, please? All right, so where were those buyers stuck? 25s, 29s. Over that, it gets a little bit thin. Back in this chop zone. There we go. 800s again. So they come to 25s and 29s. And do they lift right back to IB? And it's very, very thin above the 25s and 29s from before. So let's see if they push and fail here or if they lift. ES looks pretty strong here. This is where the buyers were caught. Remember, we can think about a short up here if we start rejecting. Or we have got point of control here at 800s again. Under the 800s. Oh, it's very tempting here to take a short, honestly. Looking at these guys here, I'm hoping we lift up into these and then see them get stuck again, is what I'm trying. But market's so weak, it won't lift up into it. I think I've just found my mentor for life, been wasting money on courses and other people trying to learn what I later would have learned from YouTube. Looking forward to trading. I think you're saying, yeah, welcome, welcome. How long did it take me to master order flow? That's a good question. I don't know. I couldn't put time on it. Not too long. Not too long. I've been trading a long time though. What do I think of the markets opening 24/7? I don't think it'll make a difference. Honestly, I think since COVID, I talked to a friend in chat about this yesterday. Since COVID, I think everything has been skewed to make those who understand markets make more money. So opening 24/7, what does that do? You might think it like provides more liquidity and all this stuff, which is true. Same with zero DTE, which came in 2022, right? So we did stimmy checks 21, zero DTE 2022. Surprised? I'm not. And now we're going to do 24-hour markets. What does that open? Oh, Mr. I just got fucking hammered in a bar, had an argument, going to go and start placing, positions when I'm absolutely shit-faced. That's what that opens up. What does that mean? More opportunity for those who know what they're doing. And that's not about me saying for me. I think that's the big game. I'll take a buzz cap, D Flacco, thanks. All right, we're trying to come into where these buyers were trapped. Want to see how we act here into 25s and 30s. If they lift, they go up to the IB, but I want to see if we do trap more buyers here and then sell through back under the 800s. But they can lift all the way up here. So we know sort of 25s and 30 is a big level. If they lift through that, they can squeeze all the way back up to 70s. We'll just see. We'll just see how we go here. Into where these buyers were caught. This is where the buyers were caught. The question is now, do they fail here or do we start squeezing? So tapping that 30s. If they squeeze, they can run it to 70s, to 870s up here. Above this now, can they come all the way up here or are we going to get stuck right into this level of 30s? Here comes the squeeze. So they're trying to squeeze. I'm not going to play the squeeze. I'm going to wait to see if they trap buyers for the short. So I'm going to wait and see if it happens. 50s is an interesting level. Somewhere between 50s and 70s is an interesting level in my mind. Can reprice this whole thing if they really want. Be gross, but they could. Right, buyers are now comfortable over 25s. So back under that, they'd be uncomfortable. So is this look above into this level and watching this now if they start to fail right into these 25s again, right? Like I said, this is where the buyers are comfortable in the 25s. If we start failing this, we will see a wash. I'm watching this now very, very, very carefully for the short here. Here we go. In now. Looking for expansion. Can we see expansion back down under value area high? Come on, baby. Nice. Let's get under the 800s now. Nice. Let's go. Let's go. Get out of my fucking way, baby. Let's go. Let's see expansion lower now. This is the failed follow through that I was looking out for. This is what we just talked about. Right, covering some at 800s. If we get acceptance under 800s, I'll look down into here. So there's like a quick 50, 40 pointer there. We need to stay heavy here at 25s or I'm out. Out again. Fuck me. So at least I got a decent lot out here. So like I said, into here was interesting for me. If we track more buyers, we did. They got stuck again. We just washed right back down to previous week point of control. There might still be follow through. Again, I'm just watching the order flow. I have to be quick here. You guys might be like, why? I can only react to what I'm seeing on the tape, okay? These were the buyers that were caught. We popped over them. We trapped more buyers into 44. Sellers came in at 36. We sold through. We cover some into this buyer here who was comfortable at 96s, right? Under that, I think there's a wash back down to 71s, okay, where this buyer came in this morning, all right? So if we get follow through again now downside, it'll be 71s. If they keep bidding up here, they can go to IB high. I'm out of it again, so I need to wait now. $603 QQQ key level on Gex, just so you know. $850 key level NQ on Gex, second call wall. 850 is the call wall right now. Over that, they can maybe lift to 25,000. I wouldn't bet on it. I'm going to move this now, folks, because we put this red line in up here, right? Clean these charts up a bit. Right, back to this same level that we talked about before, 25s and 30s. Getting stuck here again. They're just rotating a little bit here. It's a little bit messy here, I'm not going to lie. Back to point of control again, the 800. So we're in like a 25, 30 point rotation here for a little bit while they build out some liquidity and make their mind up what it is they want to do. Do they want to reclaim and squeeze? Or are they going to reject everything over 20s to 50s and fold it back down into this range? If we come back into this range, we do the same move that we did here. But maybe there's an argument to lift a bit and trap. We'll see. Here's the 8s. They lift against 25s. And we go back to 25s. Buyers getting caught again in that last candle on the 25s. They keep stepping in there above 20s. They're not finding acceptance above 20s yet. I'd be very, very careful though. All they need to do is one big candle and it will wreck a lot of people. So maybe they come for the 50s and that imbalance 70s. ES trying to get up to its IB high right now. So ES just did IB high to VWAP back to IB high, potentially coming here on ES. Still 603 call on QQQ. Let's see if we can get one more decent trade. We've got an hour left. It'd be nice for one more decent trade, wouldn't it? It'd be nice if we could just get one more decent trade for the week. What does IB stand for? Initial balance. So the purple line on the screen is the initial balance high, and this is the initial balance low. It's the high and low of the first hour of trading. There is a free video on my YouTube on it. Just go on my YouTube and type in how to trade initial balance or something. It will come up. Okay, still doing this rotation, 25s to 800s. Back to 30s. If they lift here, they're going to try and go 50s and 70s. So we're in a rotation here. They're trying to force a little squeeze out to 50s and 70s here. We're pretty thin above this, honestly. All the way up to 905s, we get kind of thin. But there's the attempt to get back to 50s again. ES just hit IB high there, folks. So we just attempted to get 50s. ES hit IB high. We're now trying to base over value area high now. So they're going to try and force this up by the looks of it. Do they trap into 50s and do we get another short opportunity? Back to value area high again. Can we get a short opportunity here? Back to value area high again. I really don't know what they want to do with this. I want to see this dump. Honestly, we just tagged 50s. It's just like, I'd like one more trap, but we just caught more buyers up there again. Here it comes. Are they going to go 800s now? 808 is where that buyer is. So we've got buyers caught now. 825, 830, 808. Oh, they're going to fucking do it without me. Don't you dare. Don't you dare roll this over now when I've been waiting for you. Don't you dare. You didn't even sweep up there. You dirty dog, NQ. You dirty dog. I want it somewhere up here, guys. I really want to see bulls be trapped up here. So what I'm looking for is a bull trap up here. I want to see buy delta heavy, heavy, heavy. 50 to here, and if they get trapped and we move CVD down, then I will look for that rotation for TP1. One thing we need to be careful of is value is moving up, so it's going to be a support mechanism more and more and more. We need to be careful of that, very careful of that. You shorted this level 5 times. That's what I mean. If you're a range trader, if you're willing to scalp like 25 points, right? If you're willing to like short 30, cover 800, short 25, cover 800, etc., etc., you're going to keep getting paid today. I'm not a range trader. I'm looking for follow through. Okay, come on, come and sweep the stops. We just caught buyers again here into 840. This needs to move higher and trap these buyers a little bit higher for me to feel very, very good about it. And this guy just got caught again. 123 lot into 840 there. Got caught again. Why do I think I'm not going to get my entry and we're going to see like a 200-point dump without me in it? That's what NQ's done to me all week. Yeah, so what to explain to you guys what we're looking for, what I'm looking for. You don't have to look for the same as me. Trade your own setup, right? See all these buyers here? I just want a little sweep, all right? And I want the buyers to get stuck. We do have an imbalance up here. So 50 is a big gamma level, but somewhere in here, we could lift right the way up here if they want. Somewhere in here, let me draw it for the team, please. Right, I want to run all the short stops, all right, so we get buy orders come in here. I want buyers to chase the market. I want them to get stuck anywhere in here, and then I want to look for them failed follow through and use their pain to go lower. That's what I'm looking for at the moment. That might change if I just think we're going to be aggressively buying and that doesn't turn up. That's what I'm looking for at the moment. The worst thing about this is this D-shaped profile we're building out. It's the worst thing about this right now. Alex, if I open an account for Apex for the monthly contest and then I win here on your giveaway, would that be a problem? Like not being able to get the free one because you have one? No. You can have up to 20 accounts. It's not a problem. Okay, here we go. Come on. So there's a 50 tag. Come on, get through this level and trap some players. All right, ES is above IB, so we do need to be careful, like I said, if they want to reprice this whole thing. Big seller coming in here at 55s. That's not what you want to see. That is not what you want to see. Aggressive seller here at 55s. That is not what you want to see. It's the opposite of what I'd want to see. It's the opposite of what I would want to see here. And they're going to squeeze above him. All right, so IB's coming up here. So I don't like what I've just seen here with this big seller. So we have to remember his level. 55 is that guy. All right, how big was he? He was big. 258 lot just came in. So they're going to squeeze to 70 now. And Bulls have actually got a shot here now because that seller's caught, right? It's because that seller's caught. ES is going for higher day by the looks of it. So are they going to reverse this whole thing? It's possible. Another big seller coming in here at IB. 100 lot coming in here at IB. And if they get over him, they're going to look for a squeeze all the way back up to 900. So they might reverse this whole thing because sellers have got too aggressive too early. So my short thesis at the moment, not giving me an opportunity to entry because of what I'm seeing on the tape. All right, this is why I'm not going to just short a level. So I now know a seller is caught at 854 and another one at 868. All right, so we need to get under those levels for them to be comfortable. Still protecting these guys at the moment. So maybe they're going to come for the 900s and the imbalances above now. Back to where that seller just came in. That exact level, 54s. This is where that big seller came in. They need to get under this for him to be comfortable. If they hold this, he is caught. So far, they're holding it. What platform do I use for DOM and footprints? Ninja. Yeah, Ninja and Bookmap. I have it on TradingView as well, but I'd watch it on Ninja and Bookmap. Right, looking for this squeeze back up. So that seller is absolutely caught there into 54s. Right, so he came in here. They retapped him. He's stuck. If he remains stuck, especially because he added at 69s, then there's a squeeze out to previous day point of control 900s. If they break through the 900s, all right, then again, it's the same trade we were looking for earlier. It's possible to get up to 25,000. So 24,950 or 24,946, and then 25,000. This same thing we were looking for earlier. They might do it now off a similar area, which will be annoying. We were positioned for this move, so they will be looking for this red line here, and if they get through it, all the way up here, right, 25,000. I'm not going to play this long at this point. I'm going to have to wait for failures. CVD diverging, not for me. Not on a 5-minute, looks okay. Have we made a new high yet? No, it's in line for me, or at least on a 5-minute. I don't watch it on a 1-minute. Market trying to find a bit of a bid here by the looks of it. Right, coming back under IB. Remember that player got stuck at 68 and the other player is at 54s. So 68 currently sort of holding on by dear life. bit different to what we've had this week, folks. I know I'm having to call levels out quite a lot, but we're in a rotational market where we've been sideways now for about 24 hours, basically. We've been sideways since 10 a.m. yesterday. We're in the same level. Okay, back down to where this player was at 54s, remember. Remember, 54s and 68 is where the seller got stuck. 54s and 68. So we're under 68. We're coming, testing 54s. Still not under his level. He's still uncomfortable. Now we're under his level. Okay, now Alex wants a short, and it's just going to break away from me, is it? So I'm going to need a retest of like 54s or 68 to see follow through here. And we're dancing to where those bulls came in at 29. So they're going to make this very, very hard. I'm going to show you how hard this is on the tape, right? This level here is the big seller, okay? The big seller right here and here, right? We got above him, we came under him, we came right down to the big buyers where they bid off and value area high. They're going to make this very, very, very tricky today. Very tricky. It's going to be see money, take money, and you're going to have to be aggressive with your stops. Not aggressive with your sides, aggressive with your stops if you take it. I want to see this pump back up to 50s and get stuck. 50s to 70s and get stuck now. Otherwise, it's no trade. Cannot join down here. Come on, don't just break away from me. Don't. Right, they're absorbing 30s where those buyers were, where I just showed you. Value area high. If we lose value area high, maybe VPOC is possible back down to the 800s. Please pop it first. Why do I feel like it's not going to let me get it? Value area high here. Why do I feel like they're just going to fail this straight down to VPOC? Okay, what I'm looking for, folks, so that you understand, is a little pop back in here, which I see them fail in. They're going to need to fail in it. Might come here, and then it's going to be TP1, TP2, TP3. All right, here into 50s. Here we go. Looking good. So watching 54s here. Might have just missed my entry while I drew that out for you. For fuck's sake. Oh, I drew it out and missed it. Oh, it's going to kill me. That's going to fucking kill me. Oh, my God. Well, you lot better have got it. Tilt. Tilt. This is tilt. This is tilt. This is what tilt looks like. On the money, right, folks? What did I say? 54s. We just came to a high 53.25 and failed. Oh, I want to like bite my hands off. I'm so annoyed. I don't think I can trade the rest of the day, folks. That's me done. I will stay here and call everything for you, but I can now feel the anger is now in me, so I have to just completely remove myself from clicking buttons, all right? Because that, for me, if this now fails and we let go of previous weak point control, this will be a 100-pointer if we do it. So what did I say? TP1, TP2, somewhere in here, TP2, TP3. If this collapses the whole thing, TP4, this will be a giant trade if it does it. I can not now chase or do anything. I'm just going to... Woosa, woosa, woosa. Woosa. I know I was trying to help you. I know. This is the thing, right? This is the hardest thing about educating on when you use order flow compared to like I don't know, like traditional SNR, which I do use traditional SNR. You know, I love SNR, Malaysian SNR, even like ICT stuff. I guess if like you were trading, I don't know, inverse fair value gap there and here or whatever. All right, but I'm trying to give you very specific levels, which I have to read on order flow, which means if I'm trying to show you and it does it and I miss it, you know, on a move like that, I would have been short in the 50s. By the time I'd got back to my screen, we were 50 points lower because the volatility is so high today. Sorry, I moved my mic away. That's how annoyed I'm at. Throwing my mic around. Throwing my mic around. No, I'm not taking a re-entry up there. I'm not taking re-entry up there. Even if it comes up, I'm not taking re-entry. It's not even about the trade now. It's about my emotional state. This is about my emotional state now. So it's got nothing to do with the entry being valid. Cannot do it. Cannot do it. They are now starting to bid above those buyers as well, right? Above these buyers. These buyers here. These buyers just got caught. If you protect 54s, then maybe. But, you know, you've just come down to this big lot down here, and you're starting to reclaim this. You want these guys to be out the money. You want to get back inside value, because what you would like to do is a rotation of value. So you want to lose these 30s and these 25s, and you want to come down underneath 96s and get down to VWAP, and ideally down to 700s again. That would be a really nice trade. Otherwise, we're just going to keep doing the dance. Big sellers just come on the book here again. What size is this guy? That's not a joke. 279 lot just attacked the market at 40s here. Be very careful. He's very aggressive. You hope it goes long now, won't feel as bad. No, I will feel worse, because I want you guys to all make money. I'm not selfish that way. I would love this market, all right? At least you got your TPs there. I want it to fail under here for you and under here for you. And if it does that, you'll get this. But if it doesn't do that, they're going to try and reprice up here again. Like I said, see money, take money, right? 50s fail, see money, take money. There's 50 points, all right? Do not be forcing your way in. So back to this trap seller again at 54s. Did they just tag him this time? They just tagged him on the dot. On the dot at 54. Look at that. On the fucking dot. He's still stuck up there. Can you please explain why every time you mention there is a big seller, you expect price to go higher from there instead of in the same direction as the big trade? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not that I expect price to go higher or lower. It depends where price is. Okay, so for example, we have a big seller at 54s here, right? And he came in here, all right? So he needs to stay comfortable, doesn't he? If he's comfortable, price can go lower. But what happens if we get above him? He's uncomfortable, right? He's uncomfortable. So he might start stopping out some here. I would imagine his stop's here. So if he's uncomfortable and we come up here and we have thousands of lots being sold here, guess what happens above here? Fuck you candle happens. That's what happens. So this is why we don't risk above that. So there you go. We just cleared him out probably. The next level where we have sellers is 68, which is where we just tagged into, which is the IB, right? So their stops are probably here and here right now. They must defend it. The buyers have started stepping in at 25 and 29, so we haven't got much room, right? So it's like, think about this. If there's a big buyer here, which there is, right? If we come under that level, what happens? Stops out, sells. If we retest it and he didn't stop out here, what happens? He gets out break even, sells, right? So while we look for big players, I'm not looking at this for small players. I'm looking for the big players. I'm looking to see what the market makers, what the institutions are doing, what the order flow is doing. Where are they trying to move this market? Do I use Bookmap, Heatmap, tape only to see the big sellers? Sometimes you show something in Bookmap when you're talking about it. Yeah, I use Bookmap, which is above me, and I use like a footprint chart with Delta on NinjaTrader as well. I use numerous tools, and I use the level 2 so I can see them. All right, so even if you were just using tape, if the tape you have has this volume profile delta, you can see right here. Look at this big seller at 37s, right? 281 lot. So all the time we're under him, he's comfortable. Where's the big buyer from before, right? Well, there's a big buyer right here at 29, all right? And there's another big buyer at 25. So if we go under that, those buyers start becoming uncomfortable, right? So it's psychology. Think about when you trade. Think about when you trade. If you, and you guys are retail, so you're not trading big size, right? Same as me, but we're talking about like hundreds and thousands of lots, right? Hundreds and thousands of lots. We want to get in the slipstream of that. Why do I think he's a short seller? Well, I know he's a seller. It doesn't matter if he's a short seller or he's just selling his position. It's the delta. Okay, so we're now under those buyers at 25 and 28. Like I said, this is probably going to go for you now, especially if you start to lose 95s, right? If you start to lose 795s. So ideally you'd want 25s and 30s protected here by sellers. You'd want these buyers to become trapped and become sellers. You don't really want to lift to 38 and 50s again. So you want sort of 30s to be protected here. If they sell 30s, you want a close underneath 96s. Underneath that, you're looking for 72s. All right, so underneath 96s, you're looking for 72s as a cover. It's going to work out for you, I'm telling you. It's just like, I can't, my psychology now, I'm spent. Missing that move so quickly hurt. Even though it offered me a rechance. Mentally, I'm out of the pocket at the moment. Here you go. So underneath this level now, this is VPOC, and under here, you're looking for 770s, same level as earlier, right? And then under 770s, you can look for the edge of this. So it's 770s, 730s, 700, and then low of day, honestly. They do the full reversion. So there you go, folks. Hopefully, this is going to be a huge winner for you lot now. All right, it's a huge winner. 50s failed. And there's your IB trade. There's the Tyson trade coming out into VWAP here. But I think 770s is a massive level. And under that, I would be watching for here, 730s. And under that, honestly, you can probably watch for this. All right, if you start closing under 700s. So 770s, 730s, 700, low of day. Nice, Tyson. I knew you'd be here, mate. Nice work, mate. So we're coming towards that 770s now. Remember that we have a TP at 770s. We have a TP at 770s. It's where they have been bidding all day long, 770s. I've been calling that level since the open this morning. Hey, Alex, do you have any YouTube videos for Ninja Footprint, like how you have for TradingView Footprint? I do not. I don't think. Hang on, maybe I do actually. Yes, I have a small one on it actually, but most of that is in the course. But there is, I show you how to set it up, how to get it for free. Let me find it for you. TradingView. Let me try and find it for you, mate. Give me a second. Get shareable link. This one might help. All right, almost there, folks. So you're looking for 70s, remember, 770s or VWAP, anywhere around here. I would watch SPY 682. If it loses 682, it probably goes back to 680. So they might pin it above 682. And you can watch QQQ 600s. But again, for those who are wondering, all right, you need to cover some into 770s. You need to cover some into 730s. And then you can hold for this like move all the way down here. Where was that buyer stuck this morning? Let's try and remind ourselves. Buyer stuck, sorry, seller stuck. He was stuck at 93s. He can't have been stuck at 93s. Hang on, what's the low day? Where am I looking? Oh, where was that guy stuck this morning? 593. 593. Somewhere around there is where we're trying to get. All right, so you're under 70s. So that's your first TP. So your next one is the 30s and then 700s. 30s and 700s. So I'll just do little dots on the screen so you can see them. So you should TP some here. 30s, 700s, and then here. This is where we're trying to get to, right? See money, take money. Don't be too aggressive, right? Make sure you're paying yourself. Make sure you're paying yourself. You guys getting this without me is perfect. I don't mind. I use hotkeys, yeah, but what I found is I've had to take affordable indicators off when I'm using hotkeys. They get in the way of the hotkeys. So if I'm not trading my accounts linked, I'm happy to have affordable indicators off. If I'm trading them linked, I need it on. So No, I don't. I don't really filter on Bookmap. I like to see all the orders, but obviously I can see the big lots. I know, Bella. We're growing, Bella. It's insane. It's insane. Everyone say hello to Bella. Bella is the absolute queen who gives you guys all the free Apex accounts we do every day. Absolute legend. No, quite right. One of you asked, is there no way of knowing if it's a short position or a long position being squared off? There's no way of knowing, my friend. No way of knowing. Okay, back into previous week point of control. You really, I'm going to have a look at this now. You really want this to hold the 95s and 800s. You don't really want them to reclaim this. All right, you would like this to stay heavy. Otherwise, there's a chance they revisit 24s and 25s and 30s again. You don't really want that. So if we can reject 800 here, for those of you who took the short into 50s or 65s, you're good. If you're willing to risk 25s, you can. I don't like that risk at 25s. I think it's very, 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 very dangerous, but... Right, how are we doing on the likes here? 1,000 likes, 2,000 of you watching. Shall we do some giveaways? Great to see me respect my emotions. I have to, man. I have to. Like, there's no such thing as missing a trade. Like, obviously there is, right? Obviously, I missed it. I saw it. I drew it out. By the time I got back to screens, 50 point lower. Emotion spike. Don't trade. It's just like, don't trade. How have I learned that? Too many years of doing it. Way too many years of doing it. Getting absolutely cooked. All right, so they're coming back for these 25s and 30s now, and you want to be very careful. If they start getting through these, they're going to revisit 50s and turn it on. And guess what? SPY held at 82s. Remember I said watch for SPY to hold 82s. If it holds 82s, there is an argument for a squeeze today on SPY back to 85 and 86s if it keeps holding 82s. All right, let's do some giveaways. Which one is Bella? Bella was in chat earlier. She came in and said, Bella Kim 4608. That's Bella. A lot of people asking about whether a seller is in pain or a take profit. Either way, trades require buyers and sellers, so liquidity is liquidity. Correct, Ransom, exactly. Either way, we need aggressive and passive participants at the same time. Otherwise, we don't do a deal. Giveaway, look at you guys. Giveaway. Yeah, we're going to do a giveaway, don't worry. I'm going to do a giveaway. Do I trade BTC? Swing, not trading it. All right, so look, squeeze is on now. So reclaim. So all you got was the 770s. Still not bad. What did you get out of that? 80 plus points. Not bad. Not bad. And we are now back in the range. So now they're going to have to try and find a bid over 30s, really, or over those 25s again. If bulls find a bid, I will not be taking this. But if bulls find a bid here, they will try and clean out all this liquidity here. That 50s is a massive, massive wall on the options chain, all right? So if they can hold over 50s, there is an argument for this lift higher to clean this out. I won't, like I said, I'm probably done for the day. That really pissed me off, that last one. It's not, also, one thing I should say with trading, or maybe some of you guys have experience in this, I call it like tilt delta, all right? So yesterday, Alex gets stopped out to the tick. He gets like 150 points and he misses the 400 point trade. And don't think, oh, he wouldn't have got the 400 point. Oh, he would have. He would have got the 400 point. He was ready for that 400 point trade all bloody week, right? I think the day before I got stopped out to the tick or by 3 points. Today I got stopped out by 5 points twice, and then I missed one. So the delta, right, if we think about my journal, will tell you, what is Alex's tilt? Where does Alex's tilt come from? His tilts come from break even, break even, break even, break even, break even, break even, miss a trade, break even, miss a trade, and then it goes without me. That has happened every bloody day this week, right? So I need to be very, very careful with myself right now. Plus, off the screens, I'm going through a lot, right? So I have to be kind to myself. So that's something for you guys to note as well. You have what I call tilt delta. It will build through a week or a month, right? If you have, let's say you have a flat day and a flat day and a flat week and a flat week, and man, you are just very close to having a big blow up if you keep doing that. And there's, unless you got your emotions under control, because at some point you'll be like, this is bullshit, and you're going to oversize or do something stupid. So it's what I call tilt delta. Where do I place my stops? I place my stops where the trade is no longer valid. Normally, it's on a shelf, like under a shelf. So, for example, if I was going to buy here, all right, then I would be trying to risk the other side of this shelf where possible, right? But like I said, they are trying to bid 25s and 30s right now. Why are they trying to bid 25s and 30s? Because where they've been bidding all day, right? 25s and 30s. They're trying to bid 25s and 30s and take out these sellers and lift it up here, right? And we can see the bid at the low was filling an old imbalance into VWAP, but this was the level, right? 770s. We've talked about it the whole time. 770s. Reclaim VPOC, reclaim the bid action at 25s, back to the 50s, right? So 50s to 25s can be a rotation while they build and try and force a squeeze out higher if they really want to. But 50s is a big, big, big GEX level, right? $6K today. Nice work, mate. Nice work. Call it a day. That's a great Friday. Look, it failed 50s, so back to 25s. And can they absorb this? If not, all the way back down. It's just nasty. Nasty, nasty. Why don't I trade? I don't trade Forex because I don't. Just because I don't. I don't feel I need to. Does the course teach you how to use Twin Peaks on Ninja? No, not specifically on that, but I mean we can add that to it if you want. It's not a problem. It teaches you how to use. It doesn't matter whether. Okay, how can I explain this? Twin Peaks is just a third-party app, right? I'm not an affiliate with them, or like I haven't made that thing, that app. All it is order flow and delta. I show you how to use it on numerous different ways. It's up to you to decide what you want. Twin Peaks is just one thing. There's loads of platforms that do the same thing, right? Bookmap does exactly the same thing. So I teach you how to use and see all that stuff, but it's up to you how you want to, which third-party app you want to use, or in-house app. I know NinjaTrader are actually working on stuff at the moment. Okay. So Apex giveaway, as we know, FCT is always the best code you can use for all your prop firms. Other than Take Profit Trader, use code FlowZone. And if you type FCT in chat once now, please do not spam it. If you spam it, you will not be entered. Okay, if you spam it, you will not be entered. Type it once and we'll give away a free Apex account. Right, so they're trying to lift now and force this squeeze because they just held again. Look at how they ran. So even if I bid 25s and 30, they would have run me out to this node. Look at this. They're being dirty today. Here's the node where someone just asked me about the stop. If I bid here, I'd risk the other side of the node. Well, they would have just fucking taken me to go. They're being horrible today. Horrible, horrible, horrible. We got what we came for, though, right, folks? We got our money, so. Oh, I'm tired, man. Right, while you guys are entering, I'm just going to get some of you guys set up that were saying you were waiting to get set up on the free indicator. Let me get that set up now for you. So they're trying to force this squeeze back to the IB again. People can't even type in a basic bloody code, like a basic form, and then complain that they haven't got the indicator. It's amazing to me. Bombard me with emails, and then I read their form. They haven't even filled it in. Wild. All right, give you guys 30 more seconds. Need an API to do all this. I have to do everything manually. Great name, whoever that is. Fish Taco, great name. If you're watching, Evan Bean, great name. All right, that'll do for now. Pull the winner for you guys. Your fish taco, mango pickles. That's awesome. Oh, look at this. Regular winner. A regular's just won. I can never say your name properly. Somniham. Somniham? Probably got that right. Your accent is a Londoner, bro. Yeah, I'm from London, mate. Fucking geezer from Londoner. Proper gooner who was not happy after yesterday's result. Are you here, Somniham? Hopefully I've said it right. I'm sorry, mate. Somniohm. You're here every day. Are you here now? When you've just won. Proper lemon squeezer. Exactly, mate. Somniom. Okay. Sorry I got that so badly wrong. All right. You have just won a free Apex account. Congratulations. So just email me info@flowzonetrader.com and I'll sort you out with a free Apex account. Any size you want. Gunners are not throwing it away. Calm down. Calm down. It's a draw. Calm down against the side placed 7th in the league. Everyone calm down. We're not throwing it away. Jeez. Don't want any of that. If I hear that in chat, we stop the stream now and I won't do any more ever. No negative talk about my team. Oi, Joey, cut it out. Cut it out. That's right, Mike. You fucking numpty. I do not filter my bubbles. No, I do not. Look at the sell off the 70s again. IB. Jeez, can these guys just make their minds up? Can they just make their minds up? All right, back to the 50s again. There is an argument if they hold 50s to clear out above, but like I said, I'm done, man. I'm done. I've got to respect my my limits in my head. Man, you guys are being mean about my team here. It's not very nice, chat. It's not very nice. Nice, Paul. See, that's the way, Paul. Can you advise myself how to educate for free as I have no budget to get the course? There's loads on my website, on my YouTube. There's so much free stuff on my YouTube, guys. Like I said, don't do the course straight away. Like, make sure you like how I teach. If you come to my YouTube, I've even put it in shelves for you guys to make it nice and easy. All right, there are shelves here. Right, move this up. You come down, start here. Trading, strategy, and education for beginners. There is a ton in here that you can learn. Then you can do volume and market profile. There is a ton in here that you can learn. These are not like small lessons. Some of these are like 30, 40 minutes. Some of these are hours long. And then prop firm reviews if you're looking to use prop firms on like which ones I advise. All right. That's it. There's tons there, and I will keep producing more. Do my best. Love being at Villa Park for the last minute winner. Oh, that's amazing. What a game that was. They've been decent as well, Villa, this year. I'm surprised. I say nothing, Dean. Say nothing. All right, they're trying to force this squeeze up. So they just held 50, like held 25s and 30s, right? So again, the big buyers have been here, right? Failed 70s, held 25s and 30s. Can they hold 50s? I don't know. Can they get this rip up here? I don't know. They don't know. None of us know right now. These guys can't make their mind up what they're doing and trying to find acceptance to increase value higher at the moment. They're struggling. But they held. Look, the main thing is SPY held 82. It probably wants to come up towards 86. And yeah, we held the 50s. There is an argument for it to do this move here, folks, that we were looking for this morning. We positioned for that move this morning, and we positioned for the fade here. Did this without me. Positioned for. Were you guys positioned for the fade here? Did I catch a bit here? I can't even remember now. Can't even remember. I don't think so. Get back to sorting some of these out quickly. What video would help you guys if I made another free video over the weekend or over next week? Is there a free video, like a video, educational video that would help you guys right now? You let me know. There's something that you're looking to learn. That won't be too long. I can't do it like a huge course or something, but all those who've just applied for the indicator is coming, it's coming, it's coming. Give me a chance. If you've applied and you didn't put your TradingView username in, I can't do anything. Those of you who have done that, I literally can't do anything. If you're not going to put your username in, if you're going to put something stupid in there because you don't want to give me your username or email, then not a lot I can do with it, folks. Right, there we go. Done. Trade recap vids. I kind of do those in shorts. That would take so long for me to do because I have to go through the stream each day. It would take me so long. I have paid someone to do clips at the moment, but he's probably not going to keep him, if I'm honest. Sorry if you're watching, mate, but you're not doing what I want. Sounds harsh, doesn't it? Reservoir Thug. Why would you look for shorts on an index that goes up more than down? The odds are against you from the start. Just buy dips. Hold until you're green. Is this a swing channel? Are you talking about swings? So how did that work for you this week, my friend? I'm just curious. If all you did was buy, right, the last few weeks, I'm interested how that worked for you. Did you buy here at the top of volume, or here when we left volume, or here, or here, or here, or here, or here? How did that work for you? Right? We're day traders here, right? This is not swing. If I'm swing trading, do I want to be biased for upside moves in an index? Absolutely. I want to buy discount for upside moves. But if I'm day trading, why the hell would I do that if the order flow is heavy? No. That's why. We play what's in front of us. Will I try the new Fivers Futures program? Don't even know what that is. What is it? Order book and bookmap. Yeah, a few of you have asked for that. That is something I do want to do. Gamer OP, thank you very much. I will be thankful to you for explaining the indicators you are using right now. Right now, here we go. Flow Zone Pro. right? All of this is my custom indicator. It's on my website. A version of it comes for free with the beginner to advanced course. So if you do the beginner to advanced course, 20-hour course, you get a version of this and you get the Discord access for life. It's $6.99 one-time fee. All right, so that's what I'm using. On the right-hand side, all you're seeing here is anchored volume profile. It is a tool, not an indicator, before anyone asks. It's right here, projection, anchored volume profile. If you want the settings, even though they're in chat, I will tell you. I have it to ticks per row. I have it set to 2, and I have it pinned to the right with the width of 20. I anchor it to the 9:30 open. Other than that, all these horizontal lines, these previous day value areas, they're just measured out from the previous day using this here. That is everything you need. Above me is Bookmap if you're interested. Let me, have you filled in the form, Evan? If not, let me just add you now. Evan Victor, there you go. I've just added you. Okay, so EMA Trend Friend Pro, I just added you there. Bought QQQ calls yesterday and closed up already. Yeah, nice, very nice. How do I join the course? It's pinned to the top of the chat, flowzonetrader.com. Everything's there. If you bought the dip yesterday without stop, you would have lost all your profit. Yeah, exactly. Why look for shorts on a green day, trading against the trend? Do you think this is trending market? Do you think this is a trending market? Honestly. Honestly. Do you think this is a bullish trending market? We're pinned. We're in a range. There's your range. Right here. This is the current developing profile week. This is our range. This is our range on the day. That's why you play the edges. You play the dips up, you play the edges down. You play the dips up, you play the edges down. If we break out and hold, you can look for a move into here, which we've been talking about the whole time. If you break out and fail, you will sell the edge back down because we're in a rotation. We're not in a trending market. That's why it's dictated by this and this. We are pinned in, so we play edges down. What have you seen at the highs of day so far today? Every time we've moved up here, we've aggressively sold down. Why? Because it's an edge. This right here is value on the low, value area low on the week. We cannot find acceptance in it. We trade down. What have you seen the other side? As we come into previous week value area low, we've traded up. All right. This is where you're pinned in right now. If they're lucky, remember we were looking for this move earlier from a good trap. If they're lucky, they get up into here. But I would say anywhere in here will be a failure. Right, that's why. You're just failing the same level again. All right, this is fair value from yesterday. You're failing the same level again. Fuck me. I just feel like I bang my head on a brick wall sometimes explaining, but I do my best. This market is as trendy as my outfit. That is a wicked comment. I love that. According to statistics by Edgefield, the initial balance candle closes green 76% of the time. The session sees continuation and closes green. Data collected from the past. What do you mean the initial balance candle closes green? You mean that when we complete an IB, so the first hour you're saying 76%. Ugh, can't talk. Are you saying that 76% of the time in the stock market over the last 6 months, the first hour is green? That's all I can see from that stat you're giving. Or are you saying if the IB is green 76% of the time, we see continuation? Is that what you're saying for the rest of the day? So does that mean what's that based on? Does that mean we close green outside the IB? I don't think we have a bullish session of New York, though. Like, I mean, if you judged bullish by like, okay, we're above this, but like, I don't know, man. I guess you can argue, look, we're pinning high, but like, what happens if you do that and we close down here? Can't see order flow with all these lines going on. There's no order flow on here. It's a lot going on, yeah. Unfortunately, there's an awful lot going on at the moment, but it's because we've been pinned in. So everything's stacked. It doesn't normally look like this, but you got to remember, previous day low, previous day value area low, New York open, algos, both VWAPs, previous day close, previous day point of control, current day point of control, Asia, IB, previous day point of control. It's just like everything's so stacked, right? Everything's so stacked. It's not my fault. Like normally it doesn't look like this, but right now it does look like this. %70 of the market candles in the past 10 years is green, but what they don't tell you is it only takes 3 red candles to take out the 50 green. Well, that spot on, red candles. Thank you, mate. Thank you, mate. Nice to see you here. All right, spot on. All right, we walk up as much as you want. Look at all these. All of this walk up taken out in one day. All right, all of this walk up taken out very, very quickly. All right, we talked about this. We've got 3 months worth of trap liquidity here. Where was the gap fill? It was up here. Anyone who's traded me. Where was the failed breakout? It was up here. All right. Where was the edge? It was here. All right. This is the volume which is currently trapped. We wash away from it. We retest it this week. We stay heavy. We wash back down. If we find continuation, we will undercut this. If we undercut this and lose the 200-day, or you can't even see it on this contract, but we will trade under this contract into new levels. All right. 24,000, very, 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 very possible because we have trapped volume up here. If we reclaim this, we go back into range, all right, for months and months and months. If we get above that range, we will see expansion. But right now, we have 3 months worth of volume trapped right here, which is why this move here, 1, 2, 3, was so aggressive. It's why this move yesterday was so aggressive, because we are retesting the same level at which every participant since October has been trapped. All right, think about if you bought any time after October 23rd, other than this guy here, but most of this volume is here. We talk about this at the beginning of each day, folks. Red candle's got an absolute valid point here. We go to the daily. All right, where is all the volume trapped? All right, the majority of the volume since the high is here, right? The profile for the last 12 months is here. We are starting to lose the bid at the profile for the last 12 months. If we sell underneath this in the 200-day, the next real notable node is really here, 24,000. All right, this is possible. If we do this move, I would imagine the QQQ will play catch up to its 200-day. Right, the cash market. There we go. We will probably hit that 200-day on the QQQ. Let's get it on, not on the futures. Let's see what it normally looks like, which will be 580s, right? 580s QQQ is probably what this wants to do. Bollinger, 5-day, undercut, see if it finds a bid. Stay heavy, watch out below. Our job as day traders is just to trade what's in front of us. And again, where have we pinned off this morning? Bollinger Band. Cannot find acceptance under it. We need to build liquidity out now for next week. I don't use 4 candles, no. Yeah, stairs up, elevator down. What ticker is this? NQ. According to you, how much money should I risk on a 50k eval? How much money? What per trade? If what's your drawdown on it? Maybe risk 10% of your draw. Maybe 5% of your draw. $250. If you got 2,500 drawdown, maybe if it's an eval, 10%. Maybe 5%, $125. All right, we're going to give away a course before we leave here. I love that, Nick. Candlestick patterns are astrology, but for men. Why is NQ delayed on TradingView? Probably because you don't have any CME data. You need data. If you have data, it won't be delayed. All right, wait, guys! I haven't set it up yet. Please wait, because you guys won't be entered. Please wait. Per trade, yeah, per trade. And limit yourself to like 3 trades a day. When do I wake up? I'm normally up about 5 a.m. What's my opinion on EMA cloud stats? I think they're actually really good, but they work better in trending markets. I think I did a lesson on like understanding market conditions before you come to the market. If you're a ranging market, you probably want to ignore your EMAs. If you're in a trending, expanding market, pay close attention to the EMAs. Okay. I forgot my coffee. I'll have it when I'm done with stream. All right, here we go. Type course once in chat. It is a beginner entry course. It's only 2 hours long. It's only worth $100. But if you've never traded before, you know nothing, it's a good place to start. So here we go. We're going to lift now. They've taken all day to faff around. They're finally bidding over the 850s. You're going to see these 950s like we talked about. Big level here at 950. I'd be watching SPY into 686 here. And if we lift aggressively here, you are looking for 25,025. Yeah, exactly. If you spam chat, you're automatically disqualified. You just get pulled out. So please don't spam chat, okay? SPY trying to get to that 686. VIX coming down into that key pivot as well. The high from Monday the 9th of Feb. VIX coming right down into it. I think once we clear some of this out, there's probably a bit of a squeeze and then a failure. We're very, very, very thin as we get above 25,050. There's probably a failure up here somewhere. Okay, pulling this winner. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Opreen Christian, I think that is. Opreen Christian. Opreen Christian. Hopefully I said it right. Are you here? Let me know you're here in chat. Yes, nice. Okay, same thing for you, please. Email me info@flowzonetrader.com. Send me a screenshot of you logged into your YouTube so I know it's you, and I'll sort you out with a free course. Do we think we'll go to 25,000 today? It's possible. Yes, it's very, very possible. We can set a trap anywhere in here, folks. All right, so this will be a clear out of highs anywhere in here. If you look at an hourly, if you look at the volume, I'd be very conscious about a trap being set anywhere in here. Right, if we think about the volume we just talked about, if we think about how thin we are, if we think about taking these stops out, anywhere in here can be a trap. If they set a giant squeeze, I mean, we can't rule this out. I find it somewhat unlikely. I think somewhere up here, you will see buyers get caught. And that's what I would say. Oh my gosh, it would be really nice if they just came and clear out the levels. Maybe we get a trade this afternoon. Wouldn't it? It'd be lovely if they can come and clear out some of these. Any questions, folks, before I get off? Of course, make sure you've signed up for the newsletter. All the links are down below. Newsletter's completely free. We'll be in your inbox tomorrow morning. What do I think BTC is going to do next week? Let's have a look. I think it's done 50% of the potential move so far. It's right at the 50% where it's finding a bid. All right, so let's just have a look at some volume here. Might be too far. All right. Look at that. It came right into this node. Right into this node. This is key. Right? You lose that, you're going to come down to equilibrium of the whole of the bull run from last year. Well, last year from, 2024, 2 years ago. Right? So right here, if you lose this low that you put in, right, then there is a very, very good chance that you come down into here. Now, anywhere from here, possibly all the way down to 30,000 like we've talked about, is where I think the best buying opportunity is. Can they hold it here? They can, but you know, this is only 2 legs. There is an undercut. They would have to reclaim this undercut for any bullish momentum to come back in this stock. Has selling slowed down? Absolutely. But they will probably be waiting for a retest of somewhere up here, 75s. And if they sell 75s and they get a crack under 60,000, I'd be looking for this move here. Right, and just remember, we can do 70 to 80% pullbacks. We can, if we do this move here, it will be almost 70%. So ideally, accumulation ideally would happen at around here at 40,000 and maybe even down into 30,000. It's possible that they hold the level we're at now, but historically, based on historically what we do when we leave bull cycles, we have the chance to come down into these levels. It will be very upsetting for you guys who are very bullish on it, but I'm not. It's not that I want it to do these things. It's that is what it does. But if we also look historically, 50% retracement out of the bull cycle. Almost 50% retracement out of the bull cycle. So maybe we have done a 50% retracement out of this bull cycle. There's your 1,000+ day bull cycle. Maybe, but this bear cycle will not be over. Not by a long shot. It's got a long way to go. I think we've got a lot of volatility in all markets for the remainder of this year, midterm year. Can I send you the invite to the indicator? When I get off stream, I can do stuff. I'm only a one-man band, folks. Session volume and anchor. Well, session, you can choose where your session starts. Anchors, you pin it to the anchor. Session volume on TradingView, I can't get to pin to the right. Anchor volume, I can pin to the right of the screen. That's why I've been doing it. No, I cannot stay on for another hour. I'm sorry. Do you think the 15, 20, 30 SMA is more profitable than using an EMA cloud strategy like Okamoku or more random cloud strategies? I don't know what time frame you're looking at to do that. If you are using SMAs, I would start with have a low SMA, a mid, and a high rather than a big cluster together. So you could have like a 13 or a 21, then you could have a 50 and a 200, for example, or do something like that. 2026, the year of the bear, maybe. I'll tell you who won't be very happy with that, Donald, because that will all but fucking destroy him, won't it? Can you imagine if the market tanked while he was in? And that the ego would have nowhere to go. I want it to tank so I can buy cheap. Where do you sign up for the newsletter? It's pinned to the top of the chat. Everything's pinned, or you can have a look in the description. How do you get EMA Trend Friend Pro? You just apply for it for free, watch the video on it, apply for it. Can I post Linktree for these people? It's pinned to the top of chat, folks. It's literally pinned. That message at the top of chat is pinned. Do you get access to NinjaTrader when you start trading Apex? Yes, you do. Even if you don't have NinjaTrader. Yes, you do. It's completely free. Same with the order flow on NinjaTrader. Was your form correct? I don't know. What was your name on the form? What's your name, my friend? I've only got your username here. Don't drink and root. I don't know. Fred Jaloop. Outer Heaven, is that you? I think I replied to you already. I think I just replied to you recently. Let me check if you're added. Yeah, you're already added. I emailed you back already. Am I here Monday? I will make a decision on Monday. I'll watch the open on Sunday and we'll make a decision. Probably not, but we'll see. Yeah, black label right at the top. Let me post it again for you guys. It's also in the description down below. Everything is here, guys. Everything you need is right here, okay? Everything you need is right here. Yeah, I emailed him during the live stream. Yeah, you just saw me add a load of people to it. I did it like 5-10 minutes ago. Think we're gearing up for grinding up for most of the day. We're not below. That's about right. Do you mean grinding up? Is that what you're talking about? I just think grinding up. I don't know, mate. This is absolutely key here. All right, they can trap in here. Depends how they want to close the week. Do they cover their puts? Right, and do we squeeze up inside to close the week? Or are they just hoping bulls get in, and are they going to close this week very, very, very heavy? Both are possible right now, but this is a big, big level. Look, compression, multiple drives down, fail break, back to the upside, but we know this is not a level you want to be long. Very, very dangerous, especially on a Friday. This is a nice buy now. I don't think so, mate. I really don't think so. Yeah, exactly. 65% chance of a bear market this year. Market average loss of 20%. Exactly. No worries, guys. All right, folks. I will be back maybe Monday, if not Tuesday for sure. And we'll go again. All right, we'll go again. Hopefully you had a good week. We had a monstrous week here yet again. Another week where we absolutely crushed it. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. Send the video, send this channel to your friends. Let's keep growing this community. And we'll start doing more and more giveaways, hopefully. Peace and love, everyone. Use hard stops. Be patient. It's Friday. Don't go forcing yourself into the market and giving back your gains on a Friday. See you guys Monday, maybe, but definitely Tuesday. Peace and love.